I got it.
Oh yeah.
It was way more complication than in real life.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's okay.
This is a test.
There's 0 viewers though, so we see if we're. Why do you have so much open?
Oh, I know. This is my life lately, right?
Yep.
I'm sure as it is.
We're there. Hello.
Okay, so that was it.
So we have 2 viewers, Brigham and
3 viewers.
Cool.
Hello. Oh, it's.
There's 0 viewers though, so we see if we're
Cool.
Okay, let me get rid of these other things.
Okay,
Don't close the wrong thing.
I forgot to bring dry measuring cups.
Yes.
Do you have dry measuring?
Yes. Open this drawer right here in right here. And then top drawer, slide it out. There's a secret drawer inside.
I literally went in here. Okay. Wow.
Let me just X out of some of these other things.
So that means
And most importantly, mail. Okay. Let's see what else I got open.
2 cups uncooked oven macaroni. It seems like not a lot. Oh, maybe it does.
Okay, we're good. Now I just need to set it up.
Hi everybody. Whoever's here. We're setting up. Let's see.
Jay.
All right. Let me see.
Oh, God.
All right.
Don't you do that stupid thing. Oh.
I'm just gonna see if it's working on my.
Okay.
Do we have like a link at the top in Facebook so people don't have to search for that post?
I will put a
Just very simply, we're live.
simply
Oh,
for
okay.
live. Yeah. Let's turn us around to the kitchen.
Yeah, that's good. There's always gonna be a delay.
Okay. So this is this way. And you get to see my whole house.
That's nice.
I can't see, so. How is it
I mean, it
from
looks
like
good.
right here?
I think it looks great.
This way?
Wait,
Yeah.
let me see. So this
Or
you
like
might have to
flat over
yeah.
here?
I think that looks
It was a
cool.
little more interesting.
From here, right?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's cool.
Now what I need is like
Is this and then some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a little?
I have that step stool right there, Brigham, next to the counter.
Oh, yeah. You want like a ladder or something then?
No, I got it. It's like the same height as the table.
Well, right now, well, we can test the TV unless I
I think we're gonna pick up the TV. At least from this angle.
Okay. Oh yeah. No, just yeah. Oh yeah.
How's
That
that?
looks good.
Yeah.
Good.
And could you turn on the left light for me, please?
Oh, that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah?
Looks good.
Okay, let me just plug it in.
How do you? Is there a chat that we can access on there?
There is, yeah. So,
We'll figure that out because then we can
We're not.
we can
Are we
hear.
live right now?
We are live right now. So put on your hats. Yeah, that way we can communicate with people.
where's this?
could you hold this for
Somewhere back there.
OBS.
Thank you.
How's that still? Good?
I think it's still good.
Okay.
I mean, we're not promising, you know, well, I don't even know a Food Network TV show to reference because it's not my thing. We're not promising whatever that would be.
So I'm gonna tweet out the link.
Yes.
I'm going to fill in what?
Okay, hi everyone. Except I don't have a chat, so you can't talk back to me right now. I'm gonna wait till Kate comes back
All right,
to open that. Wait, how do we chat? Oh, it's your mom. It's your mom, Kate. It's your mom.
Hi, Mom. I don't know if she's on right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
she just sent you a text or something.
So, I think there's a little chat
box. Yes.
Group chat. Yes.
Should we test it in a message?
Yeah.
Jeff already said hi.
Oh, really? Where?
Jeff Wickman?
Oh, yeah. Hello. But I don't see it. We don't see it.
Oh, really?
Hello?
So because this is Google Hangouts, if you move your mouse off to the left side, there's like 3 little icons. And the blue chat box should be the chat that people can.
Is that us?
Is this? If that's.
Okay. Right? Okay, Sue.
Yeah. I wonder. Well, because this is Google Chat,
Yeah.
so they're looking at it through YouTube.
Yeah.
So how do they chat through YouTube?
I mean, somebody said.
Oh, I might have, let me make it 2 windows so that we can see the actual
Maybe that's
thing on
what
YouTube.
Because
Yeah.
this might be. I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can go to YouTube too and see where it
These
was.
aren't actually up right now, right?
Mhm.
Oh, look.
Live broadcast.
I don't think so, because it's coming through pretty clear right now. Maybe not that good of a thing.
Wait, do we have to?
What?
Well, because I'm thinking when Lauren does
It's through YouTube.
Patreon, but the chat, is the chat through Discord?
No, it's through
Oh,
YouTube.
it's through YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's a matter of if we. Oh, you know what it is?
Hmm.
It's 2 windows. We have to be in the chat as well, so
Yep.
you can see the chat.
That's what I'm
So
trying to
watch
do
it.
right now if my computer would be.
Oh, okay.
That's what that is.
If my computer wouldn't be a jerk, I'd be happy. There we go.
I would like to watch this on. Oh,
Okay.
use the app if I could.
All right. My computer wouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
So.
12 people watching.
Right, and
We're not doing anything
I
yet.
know we're not doing anything.
Where's the chat? It's usually on the side.
Is it?
Yeah. Gosh. There it is.
Here we go.
There we go.
Yay! I'll do a test.
Hey, everybody.
Oh,
This is
okay.
the worst.
If you scroll up in the actual window outside of
There we
that,
go.
there you go.
Oh,
Whoa.
great. Hi,
Hi, everybody.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there's my dad.
Okay, we're here.
Yeah.
Yay.
What?
All right.
Thanks, Jeff. In case you're not.
Okay. So
Hi, Kate's mom. Everybody, okay. Yay.
we are
Okay.
in my kitchen.
Hello. Oh, yeah. I
And,
hate that there's a delay. It's weird.
We are. Well, actually, we've been doing a lot of prep earlier today. Am I? Can't tell. It's
Delay.
freaking me out.
Yeah, there's a delay. So it's
You
like
know what?
this.
Maybe
Put this
maybe
one
put
in
that
front.
Yes.
Yeah.
The person who does not own a Mac.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
try and do
but
that.
the problem is every time I go to chat, it's gonna be like, no, go to this one.
Well, we just needed to see.
Like this,
We're
right?
not going to chat.
Shit. I mean, oh,
Okay,
shoot.
hold on.
There we go.
Right here.
Yeah.
Here.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yay. Okay.
I mean,
Thanks
oh
for bearing
gosh,
with us,
darn
guys.
it. Okay, everybody.
Actually, can we ask? Can you guys hear us? Okay? Like, can you
Yeah.
hear?
Can you hear
I
us?
can hear myself in the office.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah,
Okay.
that's cool. Can we get marks down? You want to see markers?
Yeah. You can go here. This is the edge for us right now.
Oh, God.
Cool.
Turn that
So,
You can actually turn it a little bit more forward, Julia, if you
Okay, so
would
let's
like.
think about that.
Which way? Are you
Yeah,
talking
towards
this way?
us.
This
Yeah,
way.
Right there. There we go.
Great.
so
I'll give us a little overview.
welcome, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
We got it together. So this
okay,
is exciting. So this is Kate. Do you want to explain what we're doing today?
Yeah, so this is our checkpoint challenge live stream, dinner party, meal mashup. It's like food network and words. Here we come. And essentially what we did was last week we held a challenge that if we reached 40% by the end of the week, we were going to do this meal. And fans voted on their favorite TV show, favorite sci-fi TV show.
Out of a few options.
Both on Facebook and Twitter, and it ended up being a tie. So we had to come up with dishes that were both Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Stranger Things. And so that's what we did, hopefully. So today we prepped a lot of this stuff, and because otherwise we would have been on here for like 8 hours cooking, and I'm sure that would have been boring. So what we're going to do is we're going to cook, talk to you about the show, just chat with you guys, answer any questions you have, just generally hang out, have some fun, hopefully make some delicious food, and eat it.
Yeah, it's gonna be super interesting. Yeah, so
it's like dinner and a movie.
So right now, I'm starting work on the appetizers. We're waiting for water to boil. So
do you want to watch that?
While that is happening,
bring it close up.
Anybody who's in the chat, like if you have any questions about the project while we're sort of getting this going, shoot, we will answer your questions, and I'll try and explain a little bit of what I'm doing. And, currently staring at a recipe because this will be interesting.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Brigham,
yeah,
what did you decide to make for your dish?
So doing appetizers, and since it's S.H.I.E.L.D. and Stranger Things has more of the visual element of this. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is more like what it is. So I'm doing mac from like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. mac and cheese muffins, mac and cheese Demogorgon muffins. And the visual element of the Demogorgon muffin will be cut strips of bacon on the top to look like the fanning out mouth. And
Theoretically. Let's see if you can pull this off.
I know. I had such little confidence in myself with this that I bought microwavable bacon.
Isn't all bacon microwavable though? I mean,
yeah, but this is like already cooked. Like you put it in and heats it up.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay.
This is already a challenge for me.
So Julia needs to unpack her.
Do you want me to start doing that now? Yeah, I can do while we're waiting for water to boil. That's pretty boring. I'll start getting people drunk.
You know what? Brandon, I'm just gonna move the ingredients to back here. Okay. That way Julia can sit next to you.
Okay. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, we'll check it out. Hello. Hear us great. Yep, sounds good. Thank you so much.
We need like another big screen here so we don't have to keep leaning over, right?
We'll just have to take turn. Wait, where am I supposed to go? On this side, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna set you up right here. And I don't think I've ever seen a milk this small.
Right. Yeah.
This is just milk.
Well, it's like the type that you would just drink for like a soda.
Oh, sure, I guess.
I mean, like if you are an adult still drinking milk, no judgment. But
that was really good.
I'm gonna put it in.
Holy smokes! I didn't see this already.
Cool.
Wait, don't touch my stuff.
Sorry.
Ooh, look
so,
at that
what has been interesting for me specifically the past few days is I have never seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before this. I know you guys had watched it, right?
Yeah, most of it.
Were you caught up?
I'm not caught up yet, so
Okay.
don't say. I'm not caught up on the most recent season.
Well, that's what I based my
Which
dish
I
on.
think you talked about it in our thing.
I'm
I was
so
like,
sorry.
oh no.
Well, because at the end of the previous season, they showed that. I mean, I know you started watching. They showed them in trapped somewhere in space, and we were like, "Oh, what's happening?" But we just haven't watched.
Cool little thing. So the lighthouse that you talked about.
Yes.
Won't give away anything.
Okay.
A certain lighthouse that supposedly is in. Where is it? It's in Canada or something. It is Portland Headlight, which was 5 minutes away from where I grew up.
That's the lighthouse they use?
Yeah, that's the main. My brother and I were watching it. We stopped it. We're like, wait, that's Great Diamond Island. That's Portland. That's 5 minutes from where we grew up. So
in Canada, but it's not in Canada.
no,
But
they
it's
said
really-
it's in Canada, but they took footage from Maine. So it was like,
That's not. It's usually the opposite.
It
They're
is
in
always the
Canada,
opposite.
but then
All the Stephen
they're
King
staying.
stuff is
Yeah.
always like takes place in Maine and they shoot it everywhere else.
Huh.
So everybody here's caught up on Stranger Things, though, right?
Yes. Wait, let me see what Jeff is saying. What
What's up, Jeff?
if any of all the superhero shows do you guys watch and like? I wish they had all this stuff on when I was a kid.
Superhero shows?
Marvel's Runaways.
Mm.
I
So
haven't seen
good.
that.
So freaking good. It's Hulu? Yeah, Hulu. So good. Check it out. Check it out.
There's like a million different platforms
Yeah.
that I remember.
I mean, like Arrow and Flash. They're
Daredevil?
good. Yeah.
We have to finish the second season of Daredevil. We started out with 2 episodes and we're like, we
Punisher?
really liked
Punisher's
the
awesome.
first. I'm sorry, not Daredevil. Punisher, right? Is that what I mean?
Yeah.
Second season
Punisher
of
is one we have to finish. Yeah.
Daredevil second season already came out, right? That's
Yeah.
what I watched.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is my brain. It's
Yeah.
just a bunch of me checking with them. To see
I think
if I work.
we've just done Jessica Jones. Other than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Yeah,
Jessica Jones is probably the only one we've done all the way through.
yeah.
Yeah.
We watched any other superhero shows?
Not as of late. I gotta go and give it up on Instagram. Trying to rack my brain. Shows? No, I don't think so. I think we listed all of them. How was Jessica? Did you guys like it?
I like Jessica
I wasn't
Jones.
a huge, like, we only
Well,
watched
we only
one
watched the
episode
pilot, yeah.
or something.
Uh-huh.
We have to, give a season.
Yeah, and we watched the
Season
first
1 is-
episode of Iron Fist, and I was like,
Setup's always tough in the show.
I mean, we shouldn't say anything. We're gonna keep a positive environment and not talk about things that we don't like.
Yeah.
'Cause that's not productive. But
what about you guys? Jeff, what are the shows that you guys like?
that we should be watching.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are gonna let us know.
Yeah.
What to do.
No, Jessica Jones first season is great. I think you just have to get into you just have to let Kilgrave get into the scene. That's when it gets interesting.
Everyone want water?
You know what? I didn't even know they have a show called Agent Carter, right? About her.
So good.
I loved her
She's
in
great.
Captain America, and I had no idea until I was searching around for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm like, where has this show been?
Yeah.
So that is something that I want to try out. Okay, so
Jeff
Jeff
says
said,
Arrow, Flash, and Daredevil.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Arrow was one that we
Flash,
were
we haven't seen
gonna
Flash
check out, and Flash too. I don't know. There's just so much TV.
There's so much TV.
So we'll put those on our list for sure. Okay, so he went over his appetizer.
Really help this thing
Julia, do you
Is
want to
this
get
a-
your drinks
No, no,
over
no,
here and tell us what you have for us tonight?
Right. So, hold on. I need a lot of things.
This is so
Let's see
many
what
things.
This is one of those moments where I don't trust the recipe. I'm gonna put a little
That
bit
is
more.
not enough.
Just to say that. This will be fun.
Cool. Okay. So am I good here? I can't tell. It's like so
Yes.
tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank my husband,
Thanks,
Brad
Brad.
C. Wilcox, for basically planning all of the drinks for me in a lot of ways. I had some ideas, but for those of you who don't know, I've been sober for over 11 years.
Woo! Yay, Julia!
I don't drink, but my husband still does and has some liquor in the house. So he helped me figure out what I could do with the stuff that he already had, so I didn't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff that then would not be drank. So I have 2 ideas. The first one I actually have to give a little shout out to, and I'm sorry if I don't say their name correctly, Thomas Stokert from Twitter, who gave me the idea. So my drink inspired by Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is called the Tahiti. It's a magical drink.
Magical drink.
So good.
And yeah, that's a credit to Thomas Stokert on Twitter. He said, I told him I was going to steal the idea, and he said, great, please do. And then my idea for Stranger Things is called the Upside Down. So I don't know, maybe I'll talk over some of the stuff. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
so-
you, I'm gonna have to have you guys taste things.
Sure. So somebody asked, are you going to explain what's in the recipes? Yes, we are. We'll run through those kind of here and there. And I just went to, okay, so Agent Carter was amazing. And then it was canceled. Okay. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
I did not know it was canceled. That makes
No,
me
yeah.
sad.
Supposed to be really
Yeah, it was a bummer.
But how many seasons was out? Like
There's
one or
only
two?
like 2.
I
maybe
still want to
3.
watch it for
But it
sure.
was really, really good. She's fantastic. She's
And
gonna be
then-
in the new Winnie the Pooh movie coming out
Oh,
tomorrow.
is she?
Yeah,
Oh.
she's great.
Legion is my favorite Marvel show at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Right,
good.
Legion. There's that one too.
What's his name from Flight of the Conchords?
Oh, which
who's
one?
in it? Jermaine.
The main
Clement.
guy. Oh yeah, the main guy.
He's so good. Him and Aubrey Plaza are like the coolest parts of the show. I love it.
So I need glasses.
Right, glasses.
And I guess give me 3 so everybody can taste what I'm
It always
What
gets
kind of
canceled.
fancy
One of my
glasses do you
favorite
want?
Cocktail
shows
glass? I don't know,
ever is
whatever.
Pushing Daisies.
just like small ones because this is liquor.
I want it to come
I
back
need
so bad.
More later.
Jay, you guys watch Pushing
Start
Daisies?
me with 3 and then
Okay, yeah, I have more.
for the other drink.
And ice.
Yeah, totally
It's got it right here. I'll put it on ice for now.
Okay, great.
All right.
Okay.
So we went over what Brigham and Julia are making for the appetizer and the drinks, and Jay is trying to get the link up on
It's
Instagram
up.
right now.
It's up.
Okay, it's up.
The story, I just made a quick story. Okay, cool.
Do you want to just tell them what you concocted for the main dish?
Sure. I mean, I'll be going over it again later, but
Well, I
I
mean,
figured I had
just
to take-
an overview.
I had to pay homage to Benny's Burger. I saw this.
Oh, Benny!
Hammond.
Benny and Stranger Things.
Yeah. So I'm doing a Benny and an 11 mashup. We're doing burgers and Eggo waffles, obviously. And then on the side, we're doing a Fitzsimmons sandwich.
But you forgot about a part of that.
What?
Don't forget Barb.
With barbecue, right?
Yeah.
With barbecue dressing.
Bacon, yeah.
And then the Fitzsimmons sandwich we actually turned into a pasta salad. So
Yes.
good. So that's
Fitzsimmons pasta salad.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love
What's gonna be in the pasta salad?
Let me ruin everything about Fitzsimmons this season. I'm joking.
No
They're the
spoilers.
best.
They are great.
Couple. They are such phenomenal actors. Those two.
So good.
Yeah.
Fitz is going to be in a movie coming out. I saw him like a
Pushing Daisies was amazing.
like a horror kind of military movie. It looks really good.
Brigham was talking about it.
Great.
Oh,
Pushing Daisies.
Yeah.
Somebody just said it was amazing.
it's the best, and it's a
Okay.
shame that it's not around anymore.
It's gonna be delicious.
All right. I'm gonna start making these drinks and then see what you guys think.
This will get better as we drink. Too.
Okay. I'm gonna start my tahiti.
Okay. Okay, tell us the ingredients.
Well, we'll find out. I'm gonna start with a shot of absinthe. We'll just see.
Ooh.
We'll just see.
We'll just see.
Yeah, I thought that stuff was illegal in the States. Or is that
Not
legal?
anymore. And it's
Not
also
anymore. Okay, so
yeah, I think I don't remember.
Oh no, that's legal.
She got it.
That's like yeah.
It is, yeah, but I don't think there's something about this that
Julia, did you smuggle this in?
actually this is my my husband's. I think he
Brad.
got it overseas
I was like, Brad.
before it was
Sorry, Brad.
Jay,
Yeah.
is
Legal.
that camera though?
No. Yeah, but the problem is we get a bunch of dead batteries, and I don't know where the live wire is.
So I'm gonna do a shot of
I don't
absinthe
need
in each of these glasses. I'm not gonna do a shot of absinthe.
For wire.
I'm gonna put a shot of
Do you wanna-
absinthe.
Do you want to do this over here so that you can see it? I can move everything over for you.
Well, I was thinking right there where I was
Yeah,
thinking
do it
before.
there. I'll bring stuff over. That way they can see what you're doing.
Yeah,
think
because
that'd
I
be
feel
more
like it's so far, like right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just bring
Oh my gosh.
Glasses.
What is Jameson for?
I don't know, all this stuff is like in there. Oh, okay.
I will do anything though.
And then, I'm probably gonna have to. Is it not? Is it going to sell later?
No, it's,
I think it might. It's going for YouTube.
no.
Okay. All right. Whoa. All right. All right. I'm doing shots of absinthe in each of these.
What does that actually say something
I don't know. You're asking someone who quit drinking before it was
Well, I figured, like,
legalized
You don't have
in this country.
Brad, what's feedback?
He says it tastes like rubbing alcohol. I remembered.
That's
He
fine.
said
Say it
it
again.
tastes
There
like
you go.
rubbing alcohol.
Megan B. Is that what that says? Megan B. Thank you
What's up?
for
Welcome.
popping in. Yeah, so we have this on YouTube Live right now. She said she thought it was going to be on Instagram Live.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Maybe we set this up on Instagram.
yeah, it actually wouldn't be a hard thing to do to just do it on a phone. So,
It's just pop.
we'll just pop it on.
We have a phone stand.
There's a lot of liquor in this.
I am
Okay, so a shot of absinthe, each glass. A shot of Midori melon liqueur in each glass. So I'm gonna go off of Brad's recipe, what he tests out, and then you guys will taste it and tell me what needs.
What is this one called? This is the
This drink
Yeah,
is the tahiti.
the tahiti. Okay.
Yeah, I figured we'd
magical.
start with the one that he said actually tastes pretty good.
That's
Okay, good.
All right. Are these heavy drinks?
I
Do you know? I don't know. Am I making like?
Hold on, isn't absinthe a hallucinogen? Like, isn't that what
No,
you're doing right now?
not this stuff.
Not this
Not
kind.
this
No,
stuff.
Yeah.
This is dumbed down.
Like
Yeah.
maybe in France.
They
I don't
do
think-
the Edison downtown does absinthe shots.
Okay.
Or should I say, we'll find out. Okay. So,
Here, Medea.
oh yeah,
Oh my god, that just needs to be cranked up.
Probably
like just everything in this. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see. Only legal if they leave out the wormwood oil. That's the hallucinogen. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. We just learned something.
We were at the Renaissance Fair earlier this year, where some guy was selling. Babe, wasn't that right? He was like selling homemade homemade wormwood absinthe or something. I don't know. We didn't buy any.
Things. That's.
So we're hearing Julian bringing not as Caleb and
We
talking,
used
right?
it.
Yeah. Well,
Cost $5 to just buy the minutes.
Caleb's gonna be getting drunk.
What's
And-
that?
Oh yeah, just Megan B was saying so weird hearing Julian Brigham not as Caleb and Dr. Bright.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Caleb's gonna get drunk.
Hey, Dr.
Dr.
Bright.
Bright, Dr. Bright is not drinking.
Hey, Dr. Bright. Get me really friggin' wasted.
All right.
All right. And so, what else are you putting in this?
Oh yeah. So what did I do? I did the absinthe. I did the Midori melon liqueur. I'm gonna do some spiced rum. Shot. These are like you guys are each gonna drink 3 shots of liquor, and you know what? Maybe I should have started small. Too late now. Too late now.
I looked at the time on my phone, which is a screenshot I took of the recipe,
What time did it say?
and I was like, okay, once it hits 5 is when we're starting. It's been at 4:54 the whole time, and I've been planning it to then get that out.
Oh my
And I
god.
just saw
It's still.
the time. I kept looking at it. I was like, why isn't this the longest minute of my life?
This is pre-alcohol,
So
everybody.
you had no idea.
We're gonna say these are ready. It's a beautiful.
Whose kitchen are you in? So you are in my kitchen. This is my house. Well,
Yeah, not Justin.
No,
not
let's do
Jay's
it.
house.
The truth comes out. It is her kitchen.
So Jay, one of the producers, is
There's
also
a
coincidentally
dishwasher
in my huzzy. And so this is
Huzzy?
our house. My
Yeah,
huzzy.
go for it, just-
So this is our house, yeah.
Can I get another glass to get ice in because I don't want to put ice in this and then I'll flash everything. Can you do crushed ice?
Here's your heads.
Careful. It is hot. It's very hot.
Oh, this will probably be the best one for you.
Oh yeah.
And Skeeter.
It's like a
Urban Fair. Other
One R.
flavors than
So much press.
So, excuse me, for anybody just tuning in, feel free to ask us any questions about Pure or anything else.
Yeah.
We're here. We're gonna get through the cooking and creating, hopefully, sometime.
Oh God.
And then we'll sit down and eat a meal. But we want to know about you guys too. You are our audience, and the more that we know about you, the better that we can make our show. So feel free to chat.
Chat away.
And it was I need to.
Well, I was just gonna ask though. No, what if do you want me to set up the iPad here with a little?
What is the inspiration behind the concept for Pure? I will let Brigham and Julia answer that question.
This started long ago at an IHOP.
No, I
I'm
What
sorry.
is it?
Republic of Pie.
Republic of Pie.
Pie.
That's way better. Sorry.
Yeah, Julia, do you want to take that?
Well, let's see. What inspired? One day, Brayden came up to me and said, "Hey, we should make something together." And I was like, "Okay." And then he was like, "Let's meet." So we met, and then we started brainstorming. Actually, can you talk about the T-shirt that you remember the guy wearing that I don't remember?
I was hoping that you would bring this up. Okay, so we were talking about things that were super important to us, or things that we thought were interesting, and I wanted to do something where what was interesting to me that I wanted Julie to be interested in. I can't talk. I'm trying to do a million things right now.
I know. You can't.
Is so I hate when I see guys walking around with T-shirts of like half-naked women on them, sort of like objectification, and they like the guy's girlfriend would be like next to him, he'd be wearing this. And what was super interesting to me when we first came up with the plan, it was more about gender and more about like today how men treat women like objects. In the future, the idea that men are a scarce resource and are very literally treated as objects. And that was sort of the base idea of it. And then it kind of like it evolved from there. But it stemmed from a place of like gender roles and
reversal. Gender reversal roles.
Yeah, that's what was important to us.
And then it became sort of a logistical thing. We had some ideas with like fertility in the future, and there were just some logistical things that didn't make sense initially, or the suspension of disbelief had to be too high.
Yeah.
So we adapted it to not just be about fertility, but genetic modification across, physical traits and internal traits and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of expanded from there. Yeah. Was that kind of okay?
Lots of meetings.
I'm gonna top off my tahitis with. You should blend those tahitis. It's too much. I can't. Maybe the next tahiti, babe, I will blend because it's too late, right?
Is he already telling you how you're making it wrong?
Yeah. I'm just gonna do this for now. Otherwise, So I'm gonna top these off with limeade.
He's telling us, don't tell them that's my drink.
I know, he's worried that I'm making this. I know, he did say to try and blend it, but do you have a blender?
Yeah, we do.
I hate blenders because they're so loud.
I actually have a hand blender that works supremely well for that.
Okay, for the next one.
I don't want it if it's not Brad approved.
What? Should I just put this into a blender?
You're good, yeah.
They'll be fine. You should blend those.
Okay, and
all right. Hey, can I get a little cutting board and a knife?
Yes.
Oh, I think it's
Soy chili.
Little cutting board.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this a waffle cake?
Do you need a knife for like a lime or something?
Yes.
That kind of knife?
Oh God.
How's it going, Greg?
It's going.
Demogorgon.
It looks very cheesy.
It is super cheesy.
Oh, I was gonna get knife.
I don't know if it's supposed to be that cheesy. I need a
Ooh, I love cheese.
regular spoon. Which is here.
Yep.
There we go.
And
All right, so let's see. I think I'm the only one who hasn't said what I'm making. So I got the dessert. And of course, being typical me, I said, let's make like a really complex one. And I spent much time researching what I needed to know for all the little, interesting behind the scenes stuff or little known facts. I don't know. And then I ended up just going with like some really
She's like now an expert on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I
I
never
know.
watched it prior to this.
So my dessert is actually a combination of a couple of things.
Ooh, yum.
It is an upside down Belgian waffle cake with maple honey, mascarpone, cream cheese frosting, and cinnamon sugar, bourbon, peaches, and banana topping.
Sure.
Listen, I needed to do both shows, and I wanted to do something fun.
But wait, what makes it? I understand upside down, but what makes it shield?
Okay, so the Belgian waffle upside down obviously is pulling from Stranger Things. So I researched about Tahiti, and apparently bananas
Just
are a huge
actual
thing.
Tahiti?
Yeah, just actual Tahiti.
Are you kidding me?
Actual Tahiti. And apparently they have like 4 different types of bananas. There are a lot of bananas down there. And so I'm also making this out of these speculoos cookies. I'm making the monolith, which Julia doesn't, or does she know about? Yeah,
Yeah.
Julia knows about
Well,
monolith.
Yeah.
Yeah, the monolith that
Okay.
sucks.
Yes.
Right. So I don't want to give too many spoilers away, obviously, but I am making the monolith to go on the outside of the cake. And basically my tying theme was both shows had gateways where people are going to travel through and save humanity. So essentially my cake is a gateway.
Nice.
A gateway to what?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll just have to find out.
Apparently, I don't know how to cut lemons in this way. Is this a thing? I thought round.
Ooh, look how pretty
But look,
these
I
drinks
did.
are.
Look at this one though. Okay.
See,
Yay.
is the series going to be on the website? Like, how will we access it when the episodes come out? Okay.
Maybe
All
we
right.
can go into what we're doing.
All right. So basically, right now we have our crowdfunding campaign. We're about halfway through for Pure, and when that finishes, as long as we make our goal, 'cause again, we don't actually get to keep the money unless we make our goal.
80%. 80%.
80% our goal, yep. We are planning on finishing the pilot episode. So we had a 1-day studio shoot where we actually shot the mod scene, which is in the teaser footage that we released, and a little bit of the Pure, excuse me, losing my voice, stuff. And then what we have left to finish is pretty much all of the rest of the pilot episode, which is really the story of Aelin and Red and their journey, and they have a run-in with the Dissension, and some other things happen. We are trying to get the pilot episode made because we had met with a few studio reps, and they love the idea and the concept, and they think it's super cool, and our pitch deck and all the materials that we had, but they really wanted to see something and see how we plan on being able to execute this, especially on a lower budget for a high concept piece. And to understand how scalable and contained it could actually be. So that's why we are doing the pilot, and hopefully, as long as all goes according to plan, we'll have that done by the end of the year. And we will be, what is our plan with that? We're going to, she's asking if we're going to put it on the website.
So,
we don't know. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
part of this is, so we're doing this through the pilot, and if you pledge, you'll be able to see the pilot.
Yeah.
The series and the season itself, so the pilot is going to be incorporated into our talks with the studios that we're talking with. Oh my gosh, awesome. And then that'll sort of determine where you can find it. So there are some platforms that have paywalls. There's some we're looking at like YouTube. There's a lot of different ways that this is going to be out there. The point is we've got a great script, we've got a great team behind and in front of the camera. There's a lot of really cool stuff to be excited about. So this is just sort of one step in. I mean, Julie and I started talking about this 2 years ago, and here we are. So it takes a while to get there. We've got some more to do for sure. But the important thing is we've got all the awesome pieces ready to put together. So it really comes down to the audience and the supporters. So all of you guys who've been just launching us through this campaign, we're over 40, what are we at, 43%?
43%, yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
We got 15, 16.
We're like halfway
14.
14,
Yeah.
15.
So we got a ways to go,
Yeah.
and it's probably gonna be crazy at the end.
Yep. Yeah.
But you guys, like,
Which by the way, at the end, we are planning on doing another live stream event for the last
Don't announce it
24
yet.
hours, which these guys are so excited about.
Don't announce it
So
yet
this-
because if we can get out of it, we'll get out.
Well, be on the lookout for that anyway.
Wait, did you say that people will have access to the product for sure? Backers will have the access.
backers will have,
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry,
Backers-
yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
I forget which incentive
I think
level
it's
it
20.
is. I think 20 and above backers do get to see the pilot
Yeah.
episode and
Look at the
other
pilot
behind the
link.
scenes content. So.
Yeah.
All right,
okay,
so we should try this.
taste
first.
Bottoms up, yeah, I was waiting
Okay.
for everybody.
so this is
So this
Tahiti.
is the
Where's
Tahiti.
my Red
it's a
Bull?
magical.
This is the
It's
magical
magical
one.
drink.
Salute.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. My hand is tired.
Okay.
Red Bull.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, it is magical. Thanks, Brad.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
Wait,
I was got a little thing in
was I supposed to mix it?
That was the best reaction.
Wait. Was I supposed to like
like
stir
shaking.
it?
Wait, did you literally just
I just
like?
poured things one on top of the other and didn't do anything. Maybe mix it
That's
up a
maybe
little.
that's maybe what the end was.
Brad's
Oopsies.
just saying I was just shaking.
I
All
love the green though. It's so cool. Even the umbrellas.
You got the umbrella.
Oh.
Yeah, that's great.
So it could potentially go on to like regular TV if it gets picked up by network.
Yes, that is the.
That is
end goal.
Julia's like end goal. We haven't
So-
really talked in depth about this as a team. but-
Do you want to talk about like what the format that we have in mind to start out with, and then like what
Yeah.
the big thing could be?
I mean,
Hey, so we got our comments up right here,
Oh,
so it's
cool.
a little bit
So much
closer. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
won't be
Yeah.
going like this all the
Yeah.
time.
It's a good thing though.
perfect. Oh, you found it. Cool.
Yes.
I mean, ideally, initially, it was conceived as a digital
Probably.
series because that's kind of the format that series are going towards. What that is, if you're not familiar with it, is like broken down into 10-minute episodes, and each season would be like 6 to 10 episodes long. But scalable is a popular word we keep using this thing because this world is so enormous. Like we can hone in on the micro, the smaller character stories, or we can blow this up into a full-length series.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. That's it.
Oh, I'm wearing my
Um,
Game of Thrones dress. That's just no big deal. Like, sorry.
And yeah, I mean, so the end game is just to get it made. I don't know if like as long as somebody wants to give us money to make it, we'd be opposed to a particular format, right?
Speaking of Game of Thrones, just because it's a hangout, it's fun. Has everyone here watched Game of
Yes, we're caught.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
What
Spoiler
house?
alert.
What house interests you? What
It's
house do you identify with for whatever reason? I've always liked.
There was a dramatic pause.
I've always liked the Iron Islands, like Greyjoy. I've always pretty much.
Interesting.
So
Well,
I would
certain
probably
Greyjoys.
certain
Like
ones that are still in.
Are you a Greek? Oh, so you're not Greek.
Yeah, no. I've always liked that. I just think it's really cool. So I probably I'm into that. What about you, Julie?
I can't deal with deep water. Like if I had to be drowned for my initiation, no, I can't deal with drowning. No. No.
What was
Ah.
Dame Diana Riggs? What's their whole thing? I could see
The
it
House of
thriving.
Flowers.
Yeah, the one with the really cute knight that was banging the other night.
Yes, who is also Iron Fist.
That's right. That's right.
Which we are not going to talk about. I mean, I could see. I kind of.
Julia's a Targaryen, unfortunately. Sorry, Julia.
Mother.
I'm also afraid of fire, though. Deep water and fire. Although I probably do.
So you wouldn't just do well. You wouldn't do well in this world at all.
No, dude. if I ever feel like I'm having a bad day, I just think, what would it be like to have been alive during medieval times?
I know, right?
And then
And then you're fine.
What are you gonna-
I kind of identify with the Lannisters. I'll be honest.
Lannisters?
There's,
And the truth comes out, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
there's something there. I think the house that I vote for,
I don't want to be a producer.
is the Targaryens, but I identify with the Lannisters.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, let's say moving on.
What are some of your guys' favorite shows that are not superhero shows? Like, what else are you guys out there watching? And you know, doesn't have to necessarily be sci-fi, but just generally some of your faves.
Yeah.
Dude, is anything ready yet? I'm so hungry.
Yeah, Brigham.
Don't watch or know anything about the unfortunate. That's totally cool. That's all good. Yeah. What are your favorite shows? I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to remember shows, and I'm just like drawing a blank. I'm like, I don't know shows. Goliath is dark this season. You guys watch Goliath?
Was it?
Goliath.
No, I haven't seen Goliath. That's with what's his name?
Billy Bob. Yeah.
I'm an obsessive Voltron.
Oh, right.
Fan.
That's right.
Like hardcore. James and I watched the first episode together, and then we watched every episode since, and it's so good. It's space and great storytelling, and all the ships. It's really good.
What's in here?
And then also, does everybody know that you're like the number one 007 fan?
Ooh.
I'm a big James Bond fan.
Yeah. You're still like the head of.
No, I don't really work. I mean, I'm still like affiliated.
Okay.
But there was
Like
like
you used to be.
Yeah, I used to do a bunch of fan site stuff, and I've got like some Bond props, and I got to. This was really cool. So because of the website, the forums that I co-created when I was in 8th grade, I got to when November Man came out, which was an action movie with Pierce Brosnan. I got to go to 4 seasons in that capacity with that website, and like Pierce Brosnan, interview him, and then I got to go to the premiere at the Chinese Theater. And Ben Kingsley was like sitting right behind me, and it was the coolest freaking thing for like a James Bond fan to be like hanging with Pierce Brosnan. It's really cool. So yeah, big Bond fan.
There are some other TV show shout-outs here, like Sense8, Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Oh my god.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Dark Matter,
Good.
Suits, World of Dance.
Suits, yes.
The way.
Oh, right here. I keep looking.
Jeff, I so identify with what you said.
Yeah.
I think the way I get show canceled this week is like
Everything
seriously.
I love always. Yeah.
Seriously.
We have to finish Suits because it's the last season right now, right? You guys watch Suits?
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Oh, Yellowstone. Oh, that's the one with Kevin Costner, right? It's on my list. It's on my list.
I know that one.
Oh, yeah.
It got
Western.
renewed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a second
I saw
season.
billboards for it.
And you know what? I love Kevin Costner, so that would be good to watch.
He's so good.
So right now, I am
In the bottom of it. Oh my god.
Can't really see me over
put the
there.
absinthe in first. So.
But I am making a
How did I
frosting.
shake it?
No, I'm digging it. I'm feeling things. It's
I was like, I'm imagining what a bartender looks like when they make a drink, and they usually shake things, right? I literally just piled. Do you want more limeade in there?
no, I'm gonna do this. This is how you.
Okay, lesson learned. Mix the drinks before you
Wait, so
serve
what
them.
are the ingredients in the second drink? If this is the lighter drink, I'm
yeah.
interested in
I'll start making the second drink.
Oh my god.
Can I have 3 more glasses though? Do you
Yeah.
have 3 more?
I don't know if I got these, but do we have to do that whole time?
No. I'll
That's
start.
how to see what we have.
So what I'm doing right now is cooking the bacon because the Demogorgon, the bacon's going to be shaped to be on top of the
Like
muffin.
the open mouth.
Oh,
And I'm going to try. So halfway through cooking this, I'm going to put the shaped bacon on top of it. We're going to see if that works. If not,
The voice, Stranger
thanks.
Things. Yes,
No.
yes, yes.
nobody did a bar with it.
Yeah, they did that.
No, he did barbecue.
I'm just using barbecue sauce and calling it barbecue.
But you have to pay tribute to Barb.
I was
Let's
going to do shish kebab at first.
do it. Let's see. What brand is the absinthe? Jeff asked.
La Fay.
It's not like a secret society symbol eye on
It's
the front,
Bohemian. It's Bohemian and not French. Made in the Czech Republic. Oh, with wormwood. It does have wormwood in it.
Mark S. Hi.
Oh, hi, Mark.
We might be getting
Hello.
Trinity said, I loved Dark Matter. Forever Bitter. Dark Matter?
Dark Matter.
Yeah. I never watched it, but I've heard good
That's a
things.
series?
Well,
There's so many, like Altered Carbon, there's so many shows since, I haven't seen Sensei
We watched
yet.
a couple of episodes of
Expanse.
both of those.
12
Yeah.
Monkeys.
I totally forgot what I was doing. Okay.
Megan, I am making mac and cheese Demogorgon muffins.
Mac.
As Mac, which, by the way, let's talk about Mac. If
Mac
you
is-
watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Mac is the super emotional, sometimes little bitch character of the show. I freaking love him to death. Him and Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo? They're
So-
fantastic.
But I love.
Wait, didn't you guys just start watching?
Yeah, we had to rip through it.
They
Yes.
didn't come in until.
We skipped
We
around.
know about Yo-Yo.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All due respect, love the show. Stuff
Oh, here we go.
There are parts of it. It's tough. When I first started it, I stopped watching it. My brother was like, "You have to get that."
It is a little tough.
Yeah, it gets better. There's little pockets. Like I wasn't a huge fan of the Ghost Rider section.
Oh, really?
Now this season is like clutch. This season is amazing. The last one is.
We ended
Yes,
up,
we just watched the
we
first
skipped around.
episode of season 5.
what a difference.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
characters, the story, everything feels so much
Well, and
tighter.
it seems like they took more chances of just really like pushing the boundary on what you can do on a small.
Yeah.
It's always hard the first season
Great,
because people
small
need to like
budget.
settle into their character. It's so
Well, the first season started more as a procedural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
episode.
totally.
And we went into it with a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's so disappointing. It's not good." So I think maybe that started watching it finally, like on Netflix. Yeah, after a couple of seasons had already
Yeah.
come out, we loved it like
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
So we didn't have that first season like disappointment. At all.
Also, Clark Gregg is one of the greatest people in the industry.
And, like, the
nicest, most
nicest.
talented. Wrote the film What Lies Beneath, which
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's
He also
such a great guy.
directed one of the what is it, Chuck Palahniuk? Who does all the like Fight Club and all those?
Fincher? Oh, the writer in it? No, Fincher. Oh, he doesn't like them.
Chuck Palahniuk or whatever. his name is. Yeah, I know. It's really bad.
Is he the writer? Or is that what you're talking
The novelist.
about?
Yeah.
Oh,
Clark Gregg directed a movie starring Sam Rockwell called
Moon?
No.
That's the first one. Seven Psychopaths.
Galaxy Quest, because that is the best sci-fi film.
I'm just
ever
gonna
made.
IMDb it because this is so
Okay, so while you're looking that up, let's see. Who does the amazing artwork on the publicity photos? So first of all, it starts with our lovely friend John Sams. He's our photographer extraordinaire, and Brigham actually worked with him on the day that we did the studio shoot. And I was off directing the pilot stuff. In the other room of the studio, Brigham and John were kind of directing all the photos and figuring out what we were going to have for our posters and any of the other release stuff. So that was awesome to have that, so kind of do all of that at once and really maximize the studio time. And then what ends up happening is we'll take all of that back into. So we have an office space, Jay and I do. Jay is also our editor, and so he does all of the editing for any of the promo videos, teaser, etc. And while he's typically working on that, I'm just trying to create anything for all the promo stuff. But then what ends up happening is I will inevitably make something that's not that great, and then he will come in and help me and fix it because he is more of the
Photoshop.
fixer.
Is that my title? My official
But
title?
also like he just took over for some of the stuff while I've been focusing on other things, like he did the mod poster and all that. So it's really, and these guys will come in and really help figure out what we're doing as well. So it's really more of a team thing than it is like, giving it to one person and saying, hey, can you do this for us? So thanks for that feedback.
So the movie is called Choke.
Show.
It's
Okay.
about a
I'm
sex
not heard of
addict.
that.
It's about a sex addict. It's based off of a book by Chuck Palahniuk. I never know how to say his name.
Check Palahniuk.
He did Fight Club.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So the reason it's so interesting to me is Clark Gregg is literally like the nicest, one of the
I think he
nicest
does
guys in
something
Hollywood.
like that.
And this is definitely a kind of a dark, edgy movie, and Clark Gregg wrote and directed it. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
That's interesting.
that's interesting. But let me tell you, can I tell you my Clark Gregg story?
You have Clark Gregg story?
So, I guess, well, like what's appropriate, whatever, what's appropriate. So Clark, so I work at a
18
restaurant.
plus. This meeting's 18 plus.
No. Not like that. It's
Okay.
like people's privacy, you know?
Oh, sure.
So I work in a restaurant. I used to work at a location in which Clark Gregg and his family, his lovely family, were regulars at. So I would see them relatively often. And then I transferred to a location that was more convenient for me, so I rarely saw him. Well, one day, he came into the current location that I work at because he was shooting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. down the street, and he said he had to like convince the AD to let him go and like get some sushi like on his hour break or whatever. So he was kind of in a rush. So he came over and I served him, and I'm 90% sure he remembered me, or it could just be in my head. But I was like, hey, you know, how are you? I feel like he's the type of guy that would maybe remember me. But anyway, so he was rushing, and I got him in and out real fast, and then I was like behind the drink station where all the only servers go, and he's about to leave, and he's walking towards me to say thank you. I believe to just be like, hey, thank you.
I've heard this story.
And so I see him walking towards me, and I'm thinking,
Oh, shit.
he's coming in for a hug. In my head, I'm like,
yes.
oh, he's coming in for a hug. So I was like, oh, and I gave him this big hug, and then it dawned on me right then and there that I don't think he was coming in for a hug. He was just coming in to say thank you. And then he left, but he was, you know, super nice about it. And then he left, and I had that moment of like, I don't think he wanted a hug, but I gave him one anyway.
Julia
That
hugs
was
are
the
the best.
That was
so,
the last
like,
time I saw him.
He definitely doesn't forget you.
Yeah. Right. And he was he was still in costume.
Okay.
He was in his black like suit and everything. That was the last time I saw
I
him.
loved him on
And then
Old
he
Adventures
never
of New
came-
Christine.
And then he's never been back since.
Did you ever watch New Christine?
Oh no, I do remember him being on that
So
show.
good on that. I actually knew him originally from that. It's so
Okay.
freaking funny. And like him as Coulson.
You know
so
what's
good.
funny? I knew him as a regular at the restaurant I worked at. I didn't realize he was an actor
That's
until I
wild.
had been serving him for a while, and then we went and saw what was the first thing he showed up in? Iron Man. Two?
Two, I think. Or maybe it was the first one.
Well, we went and saw it in the theater, and I was like, that guy comes to my restaurant all the
So
time.
good.
I just didn't, yeah.
Wait, do you think Ant-Man will go back in time to save the Avengers, or do you see Doctor Strange saw what was going to
Oh my
happen?
God,
So
I don't know what it
It's
is.
gotta be a Doctor Strange.
It's gotta be a Doctor Strange.
You guys see Ant-Man?
You just saw it. You already
We
saw
haven't
Ant-Man and
seen
the Wasp, right?
Ant-Man is
No.
awesome.
We haven't seen
The second one
Yeah.
was really
It's
good
really, really good.
and really, really funny.
And the end completely threw me because I completely
I wasn't even
forgot
thinking
about
about
comments.
freaking.
So Mark
Right.
says Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel will save the day? Question mark.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you're probably right because Kevin
Oh, right.
Feige was talking about how the next sort of chapter of Marvel movies is going to be like email driven, which is
Good.
super
But wait,
exciting.
who's Miss Marvel? Because I only know about Captain Marvel, which Brie Larson is playing. That
I don't know the Miss
So
Marvel.
okay, so somebody, okay, Mark, help us.
Can I get more?
Miss
I'm gonna
Marvel.
make you taste the next drink before you
Okay.
get too drunk.
I may be
I'm gonna mix
lightweight,
this
but I'm
one.
feeling it for sure.
I'm gonna mix this one. Okay,
Oh my god.
I'm gonna start
All right.
working on the
Bye,
upside down.
Jeff. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bye.
Good to see you, man.
Awesome having you here. And again, this will hopefully be up after if you ever want to tune in for any of the rest of it. But yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Jeff.
bye.
Okay. So I'll just start saying out loud what I'm doing. Whiskey.
Oh
I need
no.
whiskey.
Oh yes. Okay, I'll dig this. This is the upside down.
Yeah,
Cool.
whiskey. A shot of whiskey.
There you go.
So I've just been working on the frosting over here for this cake. Oh,
I can start
wait, I
making
have to add the
meat
pico.
patties.
So one of the things we're gonna do is we'll post the recipes up after, so you guys can, you know, if you want, make these crazy
If you ever do a Stranger Things Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. party.
You're
Yeah,
good
That's
to
like,
go.
it sounded like you said Asians of S.H.I.E.L.D. I was like, what's that?
I mean, what's her name? Ming
Mina,
Ming-Na Wen?
Yeah, make no.
She is
and Chloe Bennett.
the greatest.
She's badass.
So good. And the voice
And
of
hasn't
Milan.
and hasn't aged since the
Shut
Donut
up.
Club.
Voice of Milan.
Yeah.
Leah
How did I
Salonga
not
did
know
the singing, but she does the acting. Also, she showed up. She's done stage work because I saw her present at the Tonys recently. Stunning. Like, she seems like the coolest, most incredible lady. Next to Julie.
Kahlua is the one that's flavored like coffee, right?
Yes. Yeah.
This is the one we're experimenting with.
I'm super excited about this one.
Okay. Well,
Actually, I gotta tell you, the
wait.
Tahiti, it's a natural drink, was really good.
Yeah, good job.
It was really
oh, Jaeger.
good. Oh, God. Oh, true.
I don't know. I'm just reading what my husband put. I mean,
Brad,
Rad. All right,
what
let's
are
see.
you doing to us?
Miss Marvel is what Carol Danvers was called first. Captain Marvel is what she was eventually called. Oh, cool. Okay. Ming-Na's movie, The Joy Luck Club, is one of my favorite movies.
oh yes,
I'll
thank
have
you.
to check that out.
Thank you.
James and I are freaking excited about Crazy Rich
Oh.
Asians.
Yeah.
I just read the book, and it's really
Is it
fun.
look good?
I want to read the series. I was told the series of books is actually really good. So
I saw that trailer and I was like, is this an actual movie or is this like a? It's real.
I think it's going to be so good. The trailer got me so. The guy, the main dude.
Excuse me, sir. So I'm going to attempt something
With a knife. Great.
Oh, Jesus.
Brilliant.
So now that my frosting,
So what are you putting in? So you put in.
I put in whiskey. I put in
Okay.
Jaeger.
excuse me.
Okay. Oh, well,
Do you think
Kahlua,
what
do it.
does Kahlua usually go with? This is the part
Coffee?
this is the part that Brad cannot taste. He bought this.
Do it.
Kahlua? I love Kahlua. Sombrero.
OMG.
All right, I'm gonna go.
I'm attempting to cut this
All right, I'm just gonna
cake
do
in
it. I'll do
half
it.
so I have the 2 layers. Newsflash, I've never decorated a cake in my life.
Actually, there's a show James and I, my fiance and I, we've been watching religiously. It is called Sugar Rush. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And there's a. It starts with a cupcake round, a confection round, and then a cake round. And actually, I have to give credit to that show on some level because when we were brainstorming what the checkpoint challenge would be, that is what was kicking around my head constantly. Was the idea of doing a theme and having to do that. So
Oh, cool.
check it out on Netflix because the world is on fire and that is a happy show and it's fun.
All right, I'm adding bitters.
God.
Bitters, some dashes of
This
bitters.
is making me
Oh, bitter.
really-
Oh, serious.
It's
I
kind
did.
of breaking apart. I don't know if I
Oh.
should do this.
That's like
Oh,
martini.
Then this is like the Netflix show Nailed It, where people
Okay.
make awful things.
All right, so what I actually did was I made the Belgian waffles and then I put them in the cake batter and then cooked it like that.
That's cool.
So there are 2 Belgian waffles in here, and the trick would have been
Would have been.
sliding the knife between the
Yeah.
2 of them, so I had 2 layers, so I could put the frosting in between.
That's not happening.
But as you can see,
That's okay.
I feel like if I continue doing this,
Nah,
it's just gonna.
just frosting.
So I'm just gonna frost it now.
Yes.
Okay,
Pan time.
so in 1980s fashion, RC Cola.
That's not
RC Cola.
RC Cola.
Cola big in the 80s or the 90s?
I feel like that was.
I don't know. They'd know because they're super old.
Wow.
So
I
RC
don't
Cola. Okay, here's the
I feel like
kicker.
that feels like it is.
Pickle juice.
No. Pickle juice is great. Have you ever done a pickle shot?
Of just pickle.
Well,
Of just pickle
Frosting.
juice.
Yes.
It's
I
really
was like,
Not
I don't
good.
drink vegan.
No, it's really good.
So a shot of pickle juice.
Just all the way.
Oh my god, it's really good. Oh my god. That is really
I
good.
have a feeling this one's
It's probably gonna be trash, but it's fun.
Oh, and I'm not drinking it. Okay, what's that?
Agent Steel was in the trailer.
All right. I think I need to stir this one.
The Joy Luck Club. One of Jeff's favorite movies.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Thank you.
Oh, it's yours too?
One of mine.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god. The only thing is, if I ever want a good cry, I will watch that movie. Where's this?
League of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was in the Joy Luck Club. Yeah.
So talking about the pilot a little bit when we were on set, we were it was Woodland Hills, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was this cool, it was great sound
the
stage.
studio day?
Yeah. So they were primarily doing the shots in the teaser that you see of our Pure, Mod, and Dissension. That was the first shoot day in the studio. I was in the other room with John doing a lot of the portraits and the moving posters that we've done. What was really, really cool about that is Julia and I, first and foremost, so we've worked on the Bright sessions together. We've never done anything on camera together, which is really exciting to sort of start that out. Additionally, the whole reason this project sort of began, sort of continuation of like a working relationship, Kate and Justin and I know Kate, we worked on a really bad indie film back in New England that was shot off an island in Maine. After doing that, Kate and Justin created their own film company, Sensorium Pictures, to do this film called Capture. And I remember going down to Boston and auditioned for them. And it was, I kind of knew Kate from set. I really didn't know her that well.
Right.
But auditioned, got the part, shot this new film off an island in Maine that was kind of based off of her experience on set. So what was really cool about shooting this pilot was really crazy. I've been out in LA for about 5 years, and you guys have been here for 2. Right?
Already?
2.5. Almost.
Year and a half, yeah.
Oh my god.
This was the first time I had been on set with them since that. So it was a really cool experience to like dive into. The first one we did was like the one we did together was like a psychological thriller horror kind of thing. So to dive into something that was very genre based, very sci-fi was super exciting. So we're all really looking forward to the larger series. I'm personally looking forward to working with Julia in that capacity as a different sort of relationship from what we worked on in the Bright sessions.
Very different.
And also just working with Kate and Justin in a way that obviously this is much more involved than when they brought me on.
And it's also a little new for kind of all of us. Like Jay and I have never done. Well, I mean, we did the Twilight, so we had done this national competition that was related to the Twilight series, where it was for specifically giving an opportunity to female directors, which is the primary reason why we wanted to do that. And that was really the first sci-fi related thing that we've done, and we wanted to do something kind of on our own terms. So when they asked us to join this project, we were excited about that. And also thinking about sci-fi in a different way, because I think a lot of people have been really exposed to this bleak, dystopian view of our future. And while no future is without its problems, we wanted to look at how we could represent our future a little bit differently.
A lot of people feel like most
Yeah.
We're trying to stay away from the post-apocalyptic because that's what a lot of them tend to go to.
Yeah.
Skizzers right here.
Okay.
Debbie?
So just FYI, I've added gummy worms into this drink.
I am
Oh
so
boy.
intrigued.
And then also,
And hair
we
from the
wanted-
actual actress that we played Barb.
we wanted to throw some Pop Rocks in here, but we couldn't find any. So I guess Brad said that the lady at the store, I don't know where he went, said that these were very similar.
Is
They
this
are
a thing?
volcano popping candy.
Ooh.
So
This is so weird.
I'll just
You're
throw
so
one of
weird.
these
You're
in
so
here.
Okay.
Each of these.
What do I have to do? I might as well stop.
Oh,
Guys, in about 3 minutes, these
Yeah,
appetizers
that's
will be out of the oven and cooling to then eat. I don't know if they will stay together. I made it
That's like
before
cooking.
milk. I didn't want to ask for a liquid measuring thing. I was like, I can eyeball how much I need to use this. You see how it goes. Do you have any questions?
Oh yeah. It's like right in front of me.
Well, over the years, pun intended, love
I feel
it.
the series will evolve over the years.
You'll be upside down after drinking. Love it. Pure joy on Brigand's face over pickle juice. But like, truthfully, so 4 years ago, I was best man in like my best friend's wedding from Buffalo, where I went to school, and we were out.
Popping.
Our bachelor party was totally screwed up. It was pouring. It didn't work out. We were going to do paintball, so we went to a bar, and we found these ladies in this bar who put a temporary tattoo tramp stamp on me and were forcing us to do pickle shots. And it was a mess, but it was honestly one of the best nights ever. It was so good. So pickle shots, pickles good.
As far as this series evolving, if allowed, I assume he's talking about Pure, right?
I mean, we'll talk about it.
No, I think he's
The cooking
Yeah,
series that we're
so we do have plans. You know, we've already written
We essentially have like
a
the first
lot
couple
of the
seasons.
first season, and then figured out where we would want to go for the second season. And absolutely, just like our tagline, the series itself, by the way that we would want it to go, would definitely evolve, and also evolve with the characters. Because really, all the characters that we have built into this world, none of them are who they say they are, but also none of them are who they think they are. And that's a really important thing for us.
Can you guys,
is this the next
can you guys
drink?
hear the popping? Wait.
Oh boy, is that black licorice?
Excuse me.
Just for the straw.
I can
We're
hear
gonna
the
have
popping
to-
is really
We're gonna have
cool.
to try this, aren't we?
I love black liquor.
Oh god.
Black
You can
licorice.
drink around. Honestly, I think so. The idea with the upside down is, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be pleasant.
This smells heinous.
Yeah, it smells awful.
I don't think it's gonna.
I'm not excited about
Did you
this.
guys notice the gummy worms I put in
Did you
there?
put A1 sauce in this one?
That's what somebody online said. Mixing pickle juice.
Wait,
with
what is
something
this one
tastes
called?
like
I forget.
The upside down.
The upside down. All right.
God, this smells okay, let's do it.
Oh
Can I take
my
this out?
god.
Let's do
Oh
it.
god. Jay, where's yours?
Oh no, I'm good, thank you.
No, you have to do it. You have to do it.
Ah! No, I'm not excited. Ah! Ready?
Okay. Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh god. Oh.
Julie, is this a joke? Oh my god, you just want us to drink. Wait, licorice pickle juice. I need to watch this.
Wait,
Wait.
it gets better.
Does it?
Wait,
No, it
does
doesn't. Only when you watch it.
I have
it's
to-
eating.
When it's gone, it gets
I
better.
feel like
right?
this is what something would taste like
Yep.
if I just blended all of my food together.
Oh, no, that's crap. Oh my god, Julia.
Julia,
Oh, hey, that's good.
what did we do? Oh yeah, that's maybe too.
Yeah, still,
Oh,
it's good. It's good.
Don't let
Oh
that
my
cool.
god.
I'm just mixing my burgers.
Megan asked, are
I'm
any
gonna
of you
finish
good
this
at
up.
cooking, or is this just a free?
Okay,
We are filmmakers
Here's the
first,
thing.
unfortunately.
I will say I am good at cooking certain, like
Like
casserole
basic,
kind
you
of
have
thing.
your staples.
Like
Stuff that I
Kraft
do-
macaroni and cheese is what I'm
Stuff that I have to put together without stovetop and then it just goes in the oven. I'm great at that. Stovetop stuff, legit. Even boiling like pasta, I'm still crap at. I'm not good at that. Kate, I will say, I've had a lot of what she's cooked is really, really good. Justin as well. I've never had anything that Julia has made, except for this, which is indicating that she's awful.
Wait. Okay, so if this were actually to be a good drink, is there a possible way to actually make it a good
No.
drink? What if it were
I just
like
find it so
whiskey,
interesting that you
whiskey
thought
and pickles?
pickle juice and then I stick black licorice in it because that makes sense.
So I'm gonna need some help here to top my cake.
Oh wait, they're saying where did the licorice flavor come from? Oh, there's a licorice
it's
stick.
literally
It's
licorice for the straw.
But isn't there Jaeger is also that has a licorice
It
flavor
does,
too.
yeah.
It's got an Ugh. I mean, it's good. It's good.
What is this? Oh, it's 21. Okay, 21.
I'm gonna need so much help here.
A bit of garlic.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
So I made this topper ahead of time, which was essentially the cinnamon, sugar, bourbon, banana, peach.
Smells good.
And a what is it? Belgian waffle.
Belgian waffle.
So the only thing I can think to do is to flip it up back right side up. This is upside down right now.
Double upside
Put it
down.
on it. You're just gonna literally just dump it on it.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you going with
Oh,
this
God.
dish?
Oh, I was gonna show them.
Oh,
after.
that thing now.
What do I need to do, right?
You need to now put it on another plate and
Yeah.
just slide it on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess.
So this is what this is looking like. I tried to do a Demogorgon mouth.
Ah,
Let me see the bacon.
I feel like it's kind of.
That
It's
looks like a
loose.
Demogorgon mouth,
Sort of.
for sure.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. This is gonna cool, and then we're gonna see if they hold together. That'll be an interesting test.
They did well. Oh, yeah. They didn't pop like they didn't make the drink overflow like
That
pop
looks
rocks,
great.
but they were popping.
Okay.
It's here. Here's the topper.
Yeah, that looks really good. That actually, I didn't know that was gonna stay together.
Well,
I mean, we'll say.
Well, it's. I mean, it's not done.
Tasty looking bird. It's lovely, Brigitte. Thank you, Megan. You're so nice. Oh my gosh.
Tasty looking
Right
Megan,
into
thanks.
that looks awesome. Brigitte. You guys, thank you.
okay, ready?
Oh God.
I wish I had a drum roll.
Oh,
Almost. But like kind of still.
okay. You're commentary.
So is this just like Cree because it's blue?
First of all, the upside down is also blue with white flakes, and I haven't put my flakes on.
Oh, wait. So you haven't watched the latest season of Beatles yet?
No.
I will say there is a character, and let's not talk too much about it, but I need to get your guys' opinion. The main bad guy in this recent season,
Yeah.
this henchman, the girl, the metal, the flying ball things,
Flying ball.
pretty kick-ass, right?
Yeah.
The blue makeup with the white and white.
Right.
the
What are the
sides.
ponytail?
Honestly, guys, this recent season of Agents
We're
of
gonna
Shield-
start watching it as soon as this campaign is over.
Oh wait, what kind of evolution do you see? Humans with gills, eyes that can see in the dark, mind reading, super hearing, more agile humans, or just wait and see?
So, first of all, I didn't know anything about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when we were developing Pure. And apparently, there are the Inhumans that were created
Mhm.
based on genetic modification.
But it's alien.
Right?
Yeah,
No, I know.
Yeah.
So I was really interested in hearing about that, and there are a lot of things apparently like that for some of those Inhumans. I think when we're talking about evolution, we looked at it from a few different angles. One being medicine, so that means, you know, we are unable to get sick or have diseases, taking it to that extent. But then as far as an outward appearance goes, we were really looking at what is perfection and what does that mean to a bunch of different people. And there's a lot of really interesting stuff out there about that right now. And there's even like these stupid, okay, maybe I shouldn't say stupid, but there are these generators that you can like upload your picture and it will tell you what
It'll,
you
like,
need to
fix
do
you? Oh, the worst.
to make your face perfect.
Oh, the worst.
And so we kind of took it in that. We have the licorice.
I like licorice.
We took it in that direction and talking about, you know, genetic editing of babies as well. So you could basically, in our idea, in our minds, you could, okay, I want to have a child. You get to pick all their traits, their characteristics, everything.
Like Sims.
Yeah, it's like for real life. So that's more where we were taking it. I hope that answers your question.
Which is super interesting. And I hesitate to bring this up, but Julia and I had an interesting conversation. We were talking about the genetic modification part of the story that we're telling. And so you have the pures, which are untouched by genetic modification, saying purely, we are what we are. And the mods, where they were seeking this sort of perfection, we were playing around with the idea of the mods being less gender focused. We were sort of
yeah,
playing around
right,
with that.
Yeah.
And how interesting is
They're all-
that? Where in the pursuit of perfection, which we're deeming morally as wrong, at least my take on that, what they're doing is not great, and I just spilled licorice on her cake. So I picked it up and showed it back. And the pures are like humanity is what humanity is, and being very rigid about those genders. I thought it was an interesting way to sort of explore the positives and the negatives of each thing. Like, this technology is a reality, and how we relate to it and engage with it is going to define, I think, our future. I think it's, I think
There's already
super
like a
CRISPR technology.
what was that article you shared recently, Kate?
Yeah, what is
he's
he
talking about?
James Menzel or something?
Jamie
He's a big
Menzel.
authority in
He
the field of
was talking about how it's
genetics.
going to be like an arms race
Yeah.
between countries.
Yes.
Whoever
Yeah.
develops genetic modification.
And then when you think about that, like, if you can make the strongest people, like, you're talking about military implications or anything. I mean, it's so fascinating what those implications are. We have a very simple question: who wrote the script? Kate did.
Okay, moving on.
Next. No, but the great thing about it. So Julia and I, when we first came up with this, we wrote the script, and I remember showing Kate and Justin. And Julia and I were still, I mean, it was early on. We were like, it seems okay.
Like,
but
we had a world, but it was like.
it was definitely, I mean,
Yeah.
it has definitely gotten better. The whole process of that was literally talking about the story with Kate and Justin, sitting down.
And Charlie.
Charlie.
Dale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sitting down, talking story. What was interesting, Kate would write, we'd come back, we'd talk more about it, we'd have our notes, our edits. So it wasn't really
They would hate
super-
something, I would cry. No.
But like,
Oh,
and
my
with all
God.
honesty, like, the creative process, this whole thing is it's fun sometimes, it's a slog some other times, and definitely in the creative development of it, trying to do right by the story that we wanted to tell was it was tricky. It was really fun, but it was challenging, and I think
It's also very challenging to envision what our distant future is going to be like. And I think, if this were to get picked up as a series, you would have consultants on and scientists and different people that would be able to help us, fill in those blanks. So that was definitely a challenge.
And it's even sort of the interesting thing of like 4 or 5 people working on this, where, when you say this, the whole thing of like, when you say picture a tree, you're going to picture a different tree than I picture a tree.
Mm.
So we're all sort of generally on the same page, but we all had sort of different ideas. And I think it only made the script that we have stronger because everybody had an input on what that sort of future we envisioned was going to be. So yeah, it's been a cool process to see the creative side of this develop. I think we have something really special. I wouldn't be involved with that. None of us would be involved in this if it wasn't something that was worthwhile. So yeah, I think it started, the first idea started from a very honest and earnest place. And I think what's really exciting is it's kept that feeling. Because we want to see cool things, but like we want to do cool things for a reason. We don't want to just like have cool sci-fi imagery and action without
And
like,
lots of special effects. Or CGI rather, is something that we talked about very early on too. And I think there's a lot of people think that you really have to rely on CGI for the future, right? And so one of the things that we said was, hey, we're past the technological boom. We're past the flashy, everything is in your face
turned into China.
kind of time.
What
So
did
we
you
said we want the energy resources and technology resources to really blend in more with the environments, and that's the direction that we took it. And trying to go more practical with our effects. Again, to show a different vision of that future.
Which is interesting that you say that, because Julie and I, we just went over to our composer, Jeffrey, his place, and we interviewed him. There's a video on across socials, you can check it out. But he was talking about, we were asking him about like writing in pastiche and like what sci-fi sonically would be, and if he was leaning on stuff that already came before us, or if he wanted to sort of invent something. And what I thought was really cool is when he was approaching it from like a faction, Ascension, Pure, Mods. He said Mods, Synthy, but the thing with Pure and the Ascension is a lot more natural. And so he had a coffee can that he was
Trader Joe's.
So there's like a mix of all these sort of like textures. I think the music is such a great representation of what we're trying to do, in that it's mixing all of these little ideas of sci-fi and putting it together into this really interesting combination. So we're excited for you guys to see it, for sure.
We're excited to see it.
Brigham, why are you drinking that? Julie made it. Yes, no pressure to drink that
Should
concoction.
I make it better? Should
You
I
need to
try
go
and
back
make
to
it a real drink?
Which one?
You know what would be really fun?
The upside down.
Round 3. I want you to look at that.
And then create
I
something
want you
new.
to just make something.
Yes. Yeah.
You guys need to, like, after we eat. I mean, I can't have you like falling.
No, actually,
Okay, I'll think about it.
but
Make
like I
sweet
still have
first.
this stuff. Is Charlie Frail actively involved in this project, or did he help in the beginning? Julia, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so let's see. We brought in Charlie. Was it right before Kate Preston or shortly after?
It was like around the same time. I remember grabbing lunch with him and
Yes.
being like,
We specifically approached him about concept art because we knew that he was focusing on like digital art and special effects. And he expressed interest. And then we also
From a story of perspective too. Did he? I forget if he was interested in that from the beginning. You know.
Digging in the apps.
Do you remember Brigham? Yeah, I think he was. I remember he wanted to work on something,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he wanted to work on something that sounded cool and promising and with friends. He had, well, not that it's any of our business, just you know what it is. He had expressed that he had recently been collaborating on a couple of projects that had falling through, like literally just dying. And he was like, "Yeah, okay, if you guys are gonna do this, I'll be involved." And then while he was still in LA, we were actually having a lot of our meetings at his place. And he was very much involved. Yes, he was very much involved in helping develop the story and the world and the concept. And then he actually initiated the training, I think.
Yeah.
He offered to start basically training us because we knew that this project would require a certain level of physical well-being, and choreography.
Yeah, well-being, and then he cracked my rib.
Yeah, he like Bruce
That is
freaking
true.
rib.
That is true.
And he had some experience with like Krav Maga mostly. So he kind of initiated that and helped us a lot. And and then he got this killer job in Montreal. So
Yeah.
Actually,
so
the Godzilla trailer and the
Aquaman.
Aquaman trailer,
he worked on.
I know specifically. So in the Godzilla trailer, there's a looking down at the city where like the everything's sort of exploding in smoke. That's Charlie's shot. Really great.
I want to ask him a million questions. Does he work on everything in the shot, or does he work on like textures, or does he work on Houdini?
I didn't
no.
take his brain about
Yeah, I
that.
don't
But that's
know.
too. Yeah. I'd be
He's
curious.
like a lead. Like he was talking about how
He's going to be.
he's like
Yeah.
at the top right now in terms of having only been there for like 9 months. He like showed
But
how,
he's
how
super
much
Which makes
talented.
sense because I remember in our early meetings, he was one of the strongest voices
Mhm.
in the narrative. Like,
Yeah.
like everything, when we were having issues with something, he would chime in with something. We're like, oh yeah, that's why you're involved in the project.
Yeah.
You're freaking amazing.
But he's specializing in VFX now, right? That's pretty much what his focus is.
That is his. Well, I talked to him. His focus, like he's gonna finish out the VFX. I think.
Was it a 1-year course?
Well, it's a contract, so I'm not sure exactly how that works. It's a job, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. But I know his main focus is directing. Like he wants to get into. He wants to produce and direct.
He said he wants to do the next Iron Man.
Also, you should
I had
mention
a lower
that
budget.
you
You
should
know.
mention that you just got to work with him.
Oh yeah.
Because that's out,
I
right?
was like, huh?
So wait, can we dig into these?
Oh, is that?
Yeah, I
no,
think so.
actually.
Appetizer.
Yeah, no.
Lauren posted about that.
Did she?
Oh, we should.
Okay, so yeah, I just recently recorded another Bright Sessions bonus episode with Charlie. So did Lauren post about that?
pretty sure. I'm like 95% sure now. I'm
Actually,
freaking out.
no. I asked if I could post
I think
it.
you posted about it.
And I did post it. Yeah, no. Yeah, so I can't keep track of all this.
Because you just
So I
recorded
think
another
that's-
thing.
We weren't 100% sure when it was going to come out, but there is going to be a Damien bonus episode of the Bright Sessions, but it will be for patrons only. So you have to be a subscriber to Patreon to have access to that, but I don't quite know when it's going to come out.
Oh yeah.
Megan said, because Charlie's such a freaking talented artist from his Tarnum art he did on his YouTube channel. Yes. Yeah. He's incredible.
Wait, are you guys eating? Are you eating appetizers?
Or you're trying to.
have one.
So these are called what again, Brigham?
They are mac and cheese Demogorgon muffins.
Yes. Okay.
We're gonna see how this works.
Let's try it.
And they're not. The bacon's not holding together, but the thing is holding together. Tastes good?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry, I couldn't wait. I saw them. I was like,
Let's try this.
yes, please.
I just want to paste this damn URL.
Hell yeah! Go me. Okay, I did this.
Go me.
Yeah. The bacon's actually right. I do have to say something. Most of this idea comes from James.
James.
Yeah.
We miss you, James.
I was like in the store. I was like, "What can I do that looks Demogorgon?" He's like, "Bacon." Duh, of course, that goes with cheese.
This is very good.
Oh,
No.
oh.
What kinds of cheese are in here again?
Mozzarella and a bag of 4 state sharp cheddar. So sharp cheddar from 4 different states. Super fancy.
Which states?
Michigan was one of them.
Whiskey.
I don't really care.
Wisconsin. I don't know.
Probably.
Alberta.
Damn, I did that. Cool. Okay. Brigham passes round.
Yep, you get a pass. I love that you're still looking up there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, bring them back. That's my dad. You probably didn't see it.
Hey, Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Hi, Ray. I never met your dad.
Bring the mac and cheese closer to the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
Where do they live? Or we'll have that conversation off camera. Where do they live? Give me their address and the list of their fears.
Here it is.
I
can't really. It'll slide off.
She posted it already because I'm sad I'm not on Patreon. Wait, she posted the Charlie episode already? I don't think she posted it on Patreon.
She posted about
it.
No, but you posted outwardly about it. The world knows this.
Yeah, I did. I now remember. No, I now remember.
My stomach just.
I now specifically remember asking.
Megan, Julia, 6 out of 10. Brigham, 10 out of 10.
For what?
For just being awesome and succeeding at this.
What? For what? Oh man. Oh, because my twins.
I mean,
is that what it was?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I'm
no, this wasn't like
I
a
thought
character.
she was talking about like in life in general.
It's a human being. You get a 6 out of 10.
So like.
Christopher Placer. Damn.
Hey, Chris.
Those look tasty. They are actually. This is like.
Okay.
Also, I'm making a.
So.
What's up, Chris? Rich. Rich is there.
Yeah. So I was going to do more with my cake, but
Is that interesting? Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Can we eat those?
Those are.
I'm just reading the
these are the After July special glow bracelets that I used to decorate for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. side, and then this is my. I'll bring it closer so you guys can see. But obviously, that is the gateway to the upside down.
Obviously.
Is that? Oh, that looked like pre-blood.
Sure, but
Yeah.
maybe also.
Yeah.
And I made my monolith.
Oh right, the monolith.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay. And then I forgot to leave a space for it. So, and also picking it up as a challenge.
This is fun. This is fun.
So, this monolith, I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever made anything.
It kind of looks like the monolith. It kind of. Oh, what an interesting instinct. You're gonna put that there. I don't, wait, what
gravity.
do you think? point? Why didn't you just put it here?
Are you making more tahitis?
I miss because if I put it on top, then it's like leaking in its Stranger Things side.
It's true. I think I was just super hungry too. This is like.
So this is probably the worst monolith I've ever seen in my life. Worst cake decorating.
Are you going to show the crowd?
Oh yeah,
I will.
Better
Better
bring
get
it over. Okay. Watch me if I can.
I hope
drop
you
it.
taste this right now.
Okay. So this is what the heck is this called again? This is a Belgian waffle cake.
Upside down cake.
Upside down cake. There's the upside down part on top. With a cinnamon,
Honey,
sugar, bourbon, peach,
Too many words.
banana topping. And then it's, for the frosting, a honey mascarpone, something maple
That's
cream
the
cheese frosting. So that's Stranger Things.
Show them the ratchet monolith.
No. And that's all you get to say. No. Here's my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with the monolith. It's melting. I know the monolith melts. So that's the thing.
Very appropriate.
That's it. That's what this looks like. Yay.
Bracelets are BPA free.
I hope your face is BPA free.
It's very
So that is the finished product, and we'll see how it tastes after we eat the main course.
Which I cannot wait for.
You want to fridge it or do you want to toast
Yeah, probably.
It's beautiful, Megan said. Megan, you're the best.
Thank you, Megan.
8 out of 10.
When are these when are we getting our main course?
The grill's on. I'm just making the pasta salad right. The Fit Simmons pasta salad right now.
I'm gonna try and taste some non-alcoholic stuff to see what tastes next.
Oh God, the actress that plays Ada.
Oh yeah.
And she was in Gallivant, which
Yes.
none of you have seen. Is just.
Brad just like binged that whole thing.
It's so good. Timothy Amundsen, who was on Psych, I knew him from Psych, plays the king in Gallivant. He is one of the nicest, most talented guys. Like, if you ever had a chance to follow him on social media, Timothy Amundsen, really awesome guy. But the actress, I'm forgetting her name. This is terrible. Who plays Ada? She's so good. She's so freaking good.
Judy Dench.
Judy Dench? Yeah, Judy Dench plays Ada.
Dame.
Judy
Yeah, don't
Dench.
forget that.
Dame. Judy Dench. I actually just watched her in Victoria and Abdul.
How's that? How was that?
Oh yeah. Was it a little slow?
Yeah,
It was, you know what I think it was? Like, I would watch her and anything she's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit of like, here's an Indian guy, shiny, exotic thing. It was very much from like an imperialist British thing.
Sure.
That being said, like, Judi Dench is
Judy Dench.
Judi Dench, and she can do whatever she wants because she's fantastic. I don't know what a monolith is, so looks great to me. Love Galvin, lots of fun, but super silly. What was the name? Do you remember the name of the king's iguana or salamander or something? It was some really great name.
I will look.
So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, here's stuff.
Have you guys seen MI6 yet?
Oh.
Wait,
You haven't seen it?
Mission Impossible 6.
Yeah.
I literally was thinking of like, is there a spy thing?
I know you said literally like pure question.
No, Mission Impossible is so
Oh
good.
my
That
god.
was ridiculous.
Ava, what's the director's name? Ava
DuVernay.
DuVernay had a tweet which like perfectly summed up my feelings of it, and it was something along the lines of Tom Cruise running at full speed through Paris is better than any CGI from any blockbuster coming up this summer, and I 100% agree with that.
Yes.
He is an absolute
I
powerhouse.
don't know how they're gonna step it up on the next movie because they just like it was ridiculous.
It's so good. Rebecca Ferguson, who's in Greatest Showman, and in Ghost Protocol, she's so good in this one.
Wait, which one's
She played Ilsa.
Ilsa?
Oh,
Yeah.
Ilsa.
So great. I love the tie to the I don't know if you haven't seen it.
No spoilers.
Yeah, don't spoil
There's
anything.
like stuff that like ties previous movies together. It's very, very cool.
You good?
Julie, I thought you weren't drinking. What's happening?
I will say one thing, and if anybody has information on this, put it in the chat. The reloading of the biceps that Henry Cavill does in the restaurant.
Yeah.
When he does it, a pocket on his shirt appears and his beard becomes bigger.
Oh, so is that what they had to do with was it this movie they had to CG something?
Well, no. So Superman, they had to take out his mustache because he was
Right, I
keeping
remember
this. But there's literally, and I think it's because maybe it was shot at different times or whatever.
Okay.
But literally, or maybe it's just light. But he goes, and as he does that,
His beard pops up.
his shirt pops out of pocket and the beard goes. And I've seen
I
gifs
can't
of
wait to see that.
gifs of this, and it's like you cannot dispute this. It's something's going on there. But like, oh my god, the stunts that Tom Cruise did in that,
I
the
can't.
helicopter
But
stuff.
like, don't talk anymore because what if you haven't seen
It's
it?
in the trailer. It's in the trailer. But like the Halo jump that he does, which is in the trailer, he actually did. He did 100+ jumps so they could get that.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah. He said he
insane.
trained a year for it.
Yeah. Oh, how's your pasta? Pasta going?
Cass is getting there, working on the mozzarella right now.
Yep, the Fitzsimmons pasta salad. Megan asked, which Marvel superhero do each of you identify with? Oh,
Oh,
You know
that's
what?
tough.
this is a very difficult question because Thor
Daredevil.
Ragnarok changed my mind completely about Thor.
You Kate Blanchett. Are you the evil sister?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also,
I
like
just think.
I wouldn't
She's
necessarily
Anthony
identify
Hopkins.
with him, but I just wanted to point that
with
out.
Thor,
I don't know how I would identify with him.
I've said this before.
Kate Blanchett was like the sexiest female I've ever
For
seen,
like
or
everything
person.
she does.
In this, I mean,
No, it's-
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, where is
Yeah.
this?
yeah, that was nuts. Watching that movie and seeing Kate Blanchett on screen, I was like,
I've Andrew, like connection, bright sessions thing. Andrew and Lauren spent like all of Ocean's 8 talking about how like just amazing Kate Blanchett's wardrobe is and how sexy she is. She's just fantastic.
Yeah,
She's
so-
overall
yeah.
fantastic.
But then did you see that she's like in a movie with, I love Jack Black, but man, he makes some bad decisions, like clocking the wall or something.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Sorry.
You
I'm
can't
sorry.
say it yet.
So,
But also, Chris just asked, is S.H.I.E.L.D. any good? Confused as to how it tied to Stranger Things. Okay, so what
Yeah.
happened
oh,
was
right.
we had a fan vote tie for a favorite sci-fi show. So it was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Stranger Things. So we had to do a
Dead
mashup.
even tie.
Dead even from Facebook and Twitter.
So we had to do
polls.
a mashup. Which
And
gave-
actually, so these two have watched most of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We watched a few episodes in preparation for this because we hadn't watched it before. And I think you put it pretty well earlier, like you have to get through a few episodes and really let it settle in. Which is
so full disclosure,
many
we watched
shows
like
for
what
first
season 1, 2 or 3 episodes, and then we jumped to season 5 just to
Yeah.
kind of get caught up to
Mhm.
speed. Again, season 5 was way better than season 1. So they obviously, you know, the writers
A
were
lot
working on it.
does happen. I mean,
it's just, I think with any TV show, it's really difficult to knock it out of the park on the first season, never mind like the
except
pilot
for
episode.
Pure, which is in the first season.
Because you really need some time to settle into the characters, you know, and writing
A
and
lot of story,
everything.
just
A lot
like
of
to
story
establish.
and world building. Like another show, for example, that I know Jay and I absolutely love is Glow. Glow is amazing.
Glow is awesome.
I don't know what you
another
guys
blast
think.
that I
I think you fell off of it, didn't you?
I like
Off
Glow.
of it.
Yeah. So season 2
I'm
is
hearing that.
unbelievably
Oh, we haven't started
good.
yet.
Oh, and the Marvelous Miss Maisel is amazing.
Marvelous Miss Maisel is really good. And Glow is another one of those that I think it needed to have some time to settle into it a little bit, but holy shit.
Goliath
writing,
season
good
2. Goliath
characters,
season 2 is
and-
awesome.
Yeah, they almost did too good of a job in Goliath season 2.
It's dark, man. You got to be ready for that season.
Yeah. And so meanwhile, we like had to take a break from Goliath and watch Paddington because we were like,
Which
Right.
honestly,
Oh my God, so good.
Paddington 2
So good.
is a perfect movie, and
It's
I will
really
die.
good.
Yes, Megan. Glow. Megan said, Brigid, keep watching. It gets better.
You know what happened to me? Actually,
You
let's
just
talk
dropped to a
about
9
this
out of 10,
I got to the extremely 80s
which is the whole
party.
show.
Like
Oh,
the part,
yeah,
the
yeah.
pool
With the
party.
robot
Yeah.
and stuff.
I was like, this is too much.
Oh.
Really?
And I love
that.
Mark Maron.
Yeah. But you would also really love the guy who plays Bash. He is such a wonderfully developing male character.
Everyone's been saying it's
to
great,
follow.
so I need to.
You need to get through it.
Blows.
Just like we need to get through, what was it? What was the other one you were telling us about?
He's giving you like.
No,
Voltron.
Voltron?
Voltron? Have you ever watched Voltron?
We've never watched Voltron.
You need to.
She
Sarah
watches-
wants to watch it.
She watches the
Um,
trailer. She's like,
To answer your question, because I've thought
I'm
about
having
this
a
a
little bit
lot,
more of this.
whoever asked the question, the Marvel, who would
Oh,
you be?
Yeah.
oh,
Two-parter, the good side of me, Spider-Man, like the most recent iteration of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
The little more darker, little more flawed one, Doctor Strange. Mix of all those, I would say is a hybrid.
That's a good characterization.
Yeah.
Oh, do me.
Do it.
If you say
well, that's super interesting.
burger time. Oh, who could that be?
Oh. Are these?
Because I don't want to just limit it to. So here's the thing: like, there are some great female characters in the Marvel universe, but like not
That's
as
right.
many as male characters.
Right.
So I don't want to limit it
To female
to
characters.
that.
I'm with you.
That being said, I don't know why the Hulk keeps popping up.
Oh my God! Literally, the Hulk is the one that popped into my head first.
Okay, no, it's literally because it's sort of like the intelligence and the that sort of character, but like
And then
you can
the
become
Hulk
a beast
smash.
when you want.
Hold on.
Bring
Did
it.
we just associate
Here's
Dave
a new
with
one.
intelligence?
There's some lemon seeds in there, so just be careful. They just kind of
Wait, but I should finish this, right? Can we-
You're drinking that?
I wish
Can you just
I
look
wish
at
you could
this?
see the
It
worms.
looks like.
It's horrendous. It looks like
It
you
looks
pooped into
Is
it.
there a way I
glass.
could make that drink work though?
Some sludgy, crazy, futuristic.
I mean, it's just what was it? It was a whiskey.
I promised myself I'd finish your drinks.
Whiskey?
Wow.
Jaeger.
That's
Kahlua.
that's impressive.
What's
sir.
do those things go together?
No, I can't.
No, not at all.
Oh,
I actually thought I was going to throw up on that one.
It was like a coffee liqueur.
I give up on that.
Then the Jaeger.
Jaeger's like licorice, right?
Keep watching
Well,
gets
there-
better.
yeah.
Gosh, yes, wow, what a character. Yeah. Okay, fine. Also, what did? I'm going to taste this and see what.
Is that the new one that you're making?
Y'all should be taking photos of each of these courses.
No, I know.
Like, oh, we didn't do that. We should take photos.
Take a photo of this
What
one.
does it taste like?
Who's got a phone?
Lemon pledge.
Julie, you're gonna have to.
All right. Okay.
Wait, no, there's two drinks right there. You can take.
Yeah, who's been avoiding those?
Oh, I took one sip of mine. I
Did
know
I-
at the head of this I said I hate
Bring it.
vodka and Jaeger.
Set
Those are the only two
dresses.
drinks I won't drink.
I don't know how
We
to
gotta
make
take a
it.
picture.
Should I
I don't
want
know.
to rinse this out?
Take
Oh,
pictures
let me,
with
I'll
your
finish
phone.
it. Yeah, rinse it.
I don't know. Like I don't know if it'll.
We're gonna
jack it
portrait it because portrait makes everything look better.
up. Lemon pledge.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I wonder what's the pledge. It must be the absinthe that's the pledge.
It's
It's
a little.
Simmons pasta salad.
Hi,
It's a
y'all.
little
You want
offensive.
me to put
Okay.
should I put ice in it?
Show the
Sure.
camera your pasta salad.
That looks really good. I am
One
so
second.
buzzed right now.
Okay, so the Tahiti was a hit. The upside down was just a bunch of sludge put into a glass.
But I will say a hit because on theme. Kahlua and pickle
Oh, yeah.
juice. Like upside down
I
is
don't know.
terrible, and the drink was terrible. This, what do you call
It was
this?
interesting.
Well, it was on theme, right? It was
Lemon
like dark and scary
Yeah,
and gross
What do you
and
call it?
dangerous. Huh? What am I calling
Theme
that?
on the fly. What are you calling this?
It's gonna be the.
Yeah.
So great.
We're doing the countertop with it.
Did you put pickle juice in this?
Yep.
Did you really? Stop with the pickle juice. It's not working.
Pickle juice is not great.
Like lemon and pickle juice. Yeah. You could call it
Oh shit.
oh, what was Ward?
Oh.
You can call it the
When-
Ward because Ward was super terrible and just would
Yes.
not stop.
Yes.
Always came back.
But
That is
then,
some Hydra shit.
but then, oh, Hydra. But then he was like amazing in the alternate universe.
The alternate, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that
Have it
actor.
anymore? The shark?
Dream
I don't know.
role. Dream
Because you
role.
got to play like a million characters.
Dream role.
Also, unsung hero. I know we're talking a lot about Dream Show, but I love it so much. Bill Paxton, rest in peace. Fantastic actor. He was so freaking good on that show. I love. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going to get the table set,
Okay, cool.
Okay.
and he's going to start on. He's starting to make his Benny's burgers.
And we'll talk,
Show,
and then
show
we're
them
gonna
your
move
pasta salad.
this
Okay,
table
hold on.
once we
I
eat.
can take a picture. Get pictures of all these,
One absent.
Wait. You couldn't even get Eggo waffles.
What do you mean?
Like Stranger Things, you had to get
Trader Joe's doesn't
generic.
Trader Joe's,
Wow.
Trader Joe's.
Shit, I knew I was gonna call that for it.
Listen, we
But
were
they're
shopping last
gluten-free,
night.
and Julia said she needs gluten free, so I just had to appease.
Yes, yeah, Julia.
You said gluten free.
You remember that? That time you were like,
That's not
oh,
gluten-free.
gluten free, please. And me.
Is this a joke? Am I missing something? What did I
What
miss?
are, wait,
I don't
what
get
are
it.
the birds?
Not my fault.
Oh, Jay, what's in the burgers?
Oh,
What's the Benny's Burgs?
You are so drunk, Brigham.
I really,
can't read.
I
They
really.
ordered-
The burgers. So I just diced up some jalapeno and red pepper and roasted them, and then I put a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of salt, a little bit of Worcestershire, a little bit of this, a little bit of Worcestershire.
And you're gonna have the
Oregano.
barbecue.
Well, yeah, well, I'll finish making them in here once they're done.
And you already pre-made some bacon.
Yeah,
Not
of course.
microwave.
Shot. And
You
then
know that was actually still with it.
No, it totally worked. Microwave bacon, guys. Legit. Why am I talking to this? It's
I don't
weird.
know. It's up there.
What's up, guys?
Okay, listen. Are you done with this
100%.
thing? Okay.
I think if you threw that into a plant, it would die.
Hang on, can you do the
If you threw this into a plant,
Yeah.
what would you like me to do?
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? We're still doing this. We have to sit down and eat, but
Yeah.
are you okay?
We'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll see.
Would one of you mind just clearing this stuff into the other room so we
I
can send
I will
it
do
in?
that.
Are you
I will
sure?
do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I had a
Don't
cheese
forget the
knife.
bacon.
You know what a cheese knife is?
No, this is.
This is
Yes, I see
mayhem.
it. Actually.
Bacon. I need the le cheese.
I forgot to post on Facebook. We're live.
Wow. So like the #1 audience grabbing place.
We just rolled into this and.
Did I do all right? Did I do it all right?
Where did you put everything?
In the other room. All I can think about is the episode of Bright Sessions where Caleb gets sent half drunk. Yeah. Yep.
So
That was the
now Caleb is getting the real
that was the feedback loop with Mark. And that was super fun.
I have another umbrella for you. Except I will do it different.
Who's this for?
He's
Jay. He
Oh,
said he wanted another.
thank you.
I'm sorry, do you want another?
No, I'm gonna finish it. I'm actually not hating.
Because I put pickle juice in the limeade and drank it, and I thought it was kind of good.
Yeah.
And then I just added the alcohol, and I guess there
There
lies
lies
the
the
issue.
Bar she lied.
Okay, that's for Jay.
So I got a question to you guys. If you've been keeping an eye out for all of the materials that we put out there, what is your favorite bit of imagery that we put out there?
Oh yeah.
Out of the posters, what's really clicking for you guys? What do you like in the trailer? We'd love to hear your guys' input on stuff. The exciting thing about doing these crowdfunding projects is you guys are part of it. We can only make it because of you, and we're listening very intently to what you guys are saying, and so yeah, let us know what's working, what isn't working. I think Julia's poster is phenomenal. I think that photo of her is fantastic. That's been my favorite so far.
Did you also put the dirty pots? You also put the dirty pants?
No, I didn't do that. That was me.
I did that. We didn't have time to watch the rest of them. Like, just put them behind the curtain.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're gonna have to do a
I
lot
was like,
of
why
screen
not
work.
setting the
Why
table?
does it smell so good?
Get Britton to help you with the waffles. I'm gonna focus on setting the table.
Or you have the plates on?
I'm gonna get them
Mess.
set on the table.
What's
Two
happening?
things right now. I love the teaser, and the posters are gorgeous. They really freaking are. Really, really are. We actually posted today. I know we posted some yesterday. I know on Twitter we posted all three of the factions. So there's a single tweet where you can see the pure, the dissension, the mod, and they're gorgeous. Really, really pleased with those.
Oh, this is yours.
Thank you so much.
The animated posters. Oh, I'm so glad you like those.
Oh, shoot. I gotta do mine. That's the last one, right? Yeah, that was a really cool idea. I don't know why everybody doesn't do that. It's Harry Potter.
Well, everybody's doing it now. I feel like because on Instagram I get all those ads for new.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, explain what the three groups are: the pure, mod, and something else.
And the dissension.
Yes, dissension. So there are different factions in this future that we have. So having, I guess, in relation to the concept of genetic modification, the mods are a faction of society in the future that have taken up the concept of genetic modification and are dependent upon it. They are really unable to leave where they live because they're so weak because of all these edits that they've made to themselves.
But they never get sick.
They never
They
get
have
sick.
no. There's no cancer. Like there's
Pluses and minuses.
Every
So,
group
yeah.
has, they're positive and they're negative, which is a theme that, an important theme that we're trying to explore and stick with to make sure everybody is sort of morally ambiguous and hopefully the bulk of the audience can side with every faction in some way.
And so you say the mods are more advanced, the pures are more natural, and they've rejected genetic modification, so they're living as they are born, for good or bad. And the dissension are those who are outside of the mods, who are more militant. They're fighting against the pures. To make this point, the pures are more peaceful and just sort of like
Passive.
Passive.
They're kind of like it is, but
dissension are the fighters.
yes. Dissension are the ones trying to make a change because they disagree with what the mods have resorted to in order to survive. So they're the fighters.
Love the main poster with the valley in the background. Also really dug the location finding vid you guys did. Oh, I'm so glad.
Okay.
Thanks, Christopher. Yeah, that was super fun. Location stuff was
And one of those location videos, one of those location scouts was us literally hiking all over the place to then realize, oh no, we're gonna use the other side. It was such
we spent this was a day that Julie wasn't available, but we spent most of the day on one side of the desert that we weren't going to use, and we trekked out into it. I mean, like really deep.
No water.
And then we go to the other side of the road, the freeway to the other part of the desert, and we could drive up to the places that we got so burned. We were so dehydrated. We were so hungry. It was fun.
It was always
but it was
one
terrible.
of those things of like, oh no, just a little bit further, just a little bit more. Well, check this out.
Can you explain the phrase "journey to the ends"?
Yeah. And red.
So Well, how much can we say without giving? I mean,
Well, the annex is where the mods live.
the annex is where the mods live. It's basically a utopia.
Right, to that.
But we don't necessarily know that. The peers and well, especially
The annex
peers.
to all the peers is kind of like this clandestine, unknown, mysterious place.
Yeah,
There's
that.
a lot of talk and like legend surrounding it, but nobody's actually been there. But
I feel like they have like a negative assumption of the annex because it's the people from the annex
they
who
hear
are
it's bad
capturing
people,
peers
that's-
in order to survive.
for sure.
So it's definitely a scary place to them. But it's a utopia to the mods where they can live and actually live very productive, happy, healthy lives. So
with the caveat,
that they can't leave.
they can't leave.
That they can't leave. So Red is basically a warrior who's been enslaved by the mods to capture peers. The mods need the peers' DNA in order to survive, since they are no longer naturally producing.
So they need natural, untainted genetics.
Yeah, basically. Whatever the actual
Yeah.
science is about that. I don't know the words. I don't know the words.
Yeah.
But so Red meets Aelin when she goes into his camp with the intention to capture someone, anyone. And Aelin basically offers himself up and starts to journey to the annex with her. He doesn't know why, and on their journey is when they we kind of reveal who the mods are and where they're going and the importance of the annex, and also where.
You know what? I will say there's a handful of you guys here, and you guys are definitely the dedicated people. So I think it's okay to sort of divulge this stuff.
Yeah,
but our plan for that first season is the annex is definitely a question mark. It's definitely a mystery, especially from the POV of England. And what we really want to do when we've talked about future things to explore in this story, second, third, fourth season, that kind of stuff, that's definitely living within exploring the annex and different parts of it, and sort of having these different storylines. So I think the first one is definitely about the journey to the annex, which is why it's our website, our catchphrase, and everything. Moving from that, we would definitely, after the first season, dig into that. But we definitely want it to be this kind of question.
And something that was in our very, very original script was we actually did enter the annex.
For a little bit,
For
like
a
a few
little
pages
bit.
at the end.
And could see like how, in one sense, it was a utopia, and in another sense, it was a prison.
Yeah.
But it was very unexpectedly like beautiful and safe, and you knew that you could live there a full, healthy life. And so I think that'll be. One time we talked about like what faction would we each be in.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And I'm like
Section
all
of peers.
I'm like all about the mods.
Yeah.
Like, I am
Yeah.
all excited. Like season 1 is the journey. I am all excited for the potential of season 2
Yeah.
where we are in the
In
annex.
the-
Yeah. Which is
Me
where,
too.
which
Which
is
is why my Pinterest board
Yeah.
has so many things for the mods and what it looks like there. I can't wait to get there.
and honestly, it depends upon you guys. I mean, we have the story, we have the team, we have the ideas, the imagery, everything that we want to do, but it's only possible to get to this next step because of you guys. So if you're here and you've pledged, we're so grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because we are itching to explore the annex, and that's only possible after this first season. So,
Yeah.
I mean, first season is only possible from this
We want
pilot.
to see the annex too.
So-
That's highlight is only possible from the crowdfunding.
Exactly. So
Um,
it's you guys are part of this, which is
yeah.
really exciting.
You put that on the
Correct.
table, please.
Yes.
Yes, Mark, thank you. I loved that little time person of the
Yes.
graphic you made. Thank you.
And Chris,
Oh, that was
the captions,
That's awesome.
the Facebook automated captions are amazing.
Those are so great.
Oh, and that they're like so
You know, like
fucked
you
up.
can go in and you can
Yeah.
change it, but
Are
I'm
you
like,
mad?
honestly, I don't have the time. And
It's bad
also,
liberating.
this is way better almost.
Yeah.
But I do understand there is a closed caption audience, so any of the really like the pilot episode or anything like that that would be released, we would definitely
Close cap.
100%.
also close.
Well, that's playing into we can talk a little bit about sort of the inclusivity of
Oh,
the
yeah.
program in
So-
front of it. Yeah.
inclusion is really super important to us, and even just among our 4 core crew team members
we've got
here.
the ultimate inclusion
We
team here.
do. We have. Let's go around the table.
I'm Asian and I'm
What? Julia, I never knew.
And
I'm
I'm,
Asian and I'm female. That's what
I'm
I'm saying.
the resident gay that we know.
You looking at the camera
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm Asian.
will forever be one of my favorite things. And then
The
I'm a
interesting
woman.
Jesus quote.
I'm a woman director.
And Jay has a really low IQ.
So I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're also Hispanic.
So what we're getting at, the important thing is we're really approaching this.
I'm not Asian.
The way that we want to tell the story, the way that we want to go about telling the story in terms of the team that's creating it, is we want to have these viewpoints from typically, how would I put this?
I mean,
People
so
that aren't in necessarily mainstream big budget stuff that have a
Yeah.
voice.
and it's not just us too. Like our team is amazing. We want to give a shout out to all of them, everybody who's been on board so far. We have some wonderful department heads all the way down to our PAs. Everybody is an integral part of this process. And it really is an inclusive team. We are never the type of people who, well, let me put this in a more positive way. We try as much as possible to find the best talent without being biased or, purposely excluding different viewpoints. Because one of the things that happens with sci-fi, I think Julia's pointed this out before, is you get these stories told from a very narrow perspective. When you have different walks of life and different experiences and all of these different people on board, it's just going to be a more well-rounded story. And so we're very happy to have that and really advocate for it personally as well and hope that more inclusion happens. I mean, the Annenberg Initiative, with the inclusion riders is a very important thing that's happening right now, and a number of other things. So it can help for sure. In addition to just being important. What's the?
How many seasons do you have? Do you hope to have in order to tell the story?
Well, the whole story is, we have some other projects that we've all personally developed separately of this, and some of those projects, it's pretty clear what the life of them really could be. Okay, we think this would be a mini-series, or we think this would just be a couple of seasons to tell the whole story. But because of the focus on the characters and these different morality questions and how people are really changing, and like I said before, nobody is who they say they are, but more importantly, nobody is who they think they are. And when you're dealing with that kind of stuff and you're dealing with themes of self-sacrifice and freedom and all these other things we've built in here, you are going to find a really lengthy story that you can tell. And so we don't really have a cap or an idea of
I'd
where
say
it would
minimum
end.
of 3.
Yeah.
Minimum of 3
I think
seasons.
the one strength
Yeah.
of this project that I will say, and I'm biased because we've been working on it forever, is that it is a world that we've built that is ripe for storytelling. Like even this one focus story, we can expand it. Like we talked about Game of Thrones, a very sort of like we have these different factions, these different characters that we can bring out. I think one of the beautiful things, Julie and I have personally experienced with our involvement in Bright Sessions is understanding how to not overstay your welcome. And we know the kind of stories that we want to tell. And so yeah, I think Justin's right. I think over like 3 seasons for sure. I mean, I could think of, if we're talking about like a much larger series like Game of Thrones, like a 5, 6 kind of thing. But it's what's really, really cool, if we're talking about our tagline as evolution has evolved, the wonderful thing about storytelling, especially in this medium of TV, is that it can evolve. We can be as prepped as we want of a universe and then discover stuff as we go on. And that's the exciting thing. So I think this world that we built has a lot of legs, a lot of room to explore. So yeah, I'd say 3 seasons at least would be super great. But right now we're just trying to get the pilot episode going. So let's get that one, and then we'll get the season. And then we'll
All right, so we have our main course finished. Jay, show the camera, and then we're gonna go over there.
Look at that.
So
Oh,
they
I have
can see it.
to go.
And then we're gonna sit down and hang out with you guys through the rest of dinner, and then dessert. We gotta try both of those things.
Where are we? Can you see this? Yeah, I
But
think
we're
you can see
here.
this.
We're ready to talk about.
So we got our Benny's
whatever.
burger with roasted red pepper and jalapeno on Eggos with some barbecue sauce and bacon. And then we got the Fitzsimmons pasta salad here, which is just mozzarella, pesto, prosciutto.
Wait,
Olive oil.
why is
Parmesan.
it Fitzsimmons pasta salad? Like, what is
So
it?
the Fitzsimmons sandwich
Do you know
is
about
actually
the Fitzsimmons sandwich?
No.
yeah,
Okay,
so it's their
Fitz
sandwich.
gave Simmons his sandwich. He said it's my favorite sandwich in the world. And so we took what the ingredients were from the sandwich
made
and
it
put it into
a
a
pasta
pasta
salad.
salad.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't just
Okay.
call it a fit.
I literally thought you were like,
second,
and
guys.
we're just gonna name the Fitzsimmons pasta salad.
Yes, I do remember that.
And when I say we, I mean, I really mean Jay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I say we. Okay, cool.
Cool.
So we're gonna reposition
Move over.
in steps. Bring this pasta salad.
I definitely want food to me. I am on way sea face.
Okay. Hold on, everybody. Brig, will you take this for me, please? And then also after, just move this like, I don't know.
Okay.
Jay, what I would like to do is move this to the end of the table facing this way. So can you unplug and then plug in over there?
Gotcha. Go ahead. You can go over there.
Oh, right.
Or you're walking along.
Oh, there's our living room back there. And we're going over here.
The tour. The grand tour.
Let me look at what we're going to see here. So we need to be a little bit further back.
You don't think up on the tour?
No, it doesn't even need to be that high.
All right.
Yeah.
With this cord. Oh, excuse me.
Move this chair though.
Get it on. Get it on.
Ah, there we go.
Julia, these are not. Did you mix anything other than alcohol?
No. These things are just straight alcohol.
I mean, any of the drinks aside from the pickle juice.
Okay. There we go.
Oh, thank you, Megan.
Well, there was
What'd you say?
limeade.
Oh, I guess I could take this off now, huh?
And then RC Cola.
Okay.
Upside down.
It is super. I am.
There were also
Deep
like
in-
3 shots in each drink.
I know.
So-
I am profound. I think I'm also just lightweight anymore. I am deep in it. Holy crap. Holy crap.
Hey, Patriot Tess is mad because she didn't get to see the finished cake. Did you see that?
I will show you.
We have
I'll
pictures.
show you the finished cake
Don't worry.
when we get
Is
to
this? I guess this is mine over here.
dessert. When we start eating dessert.
I'm also trying this whole film video as we do this.
Oh, okay.
And it's not on.
There you go, y'all. And then,
Thank you.
oh my god.
What's up? You don't have a burger?
Here's some more barbecue.
Oh, sorry. This is yours.
Oh,
Are you not having the burger?
I'm having it. I'm splitting one with her.
Oh.
Only because we actually ate waffles pretty late, and then we just have been eating a bunch of fruit.
Oh my gosh. Do you have all the things? Does anybody want a glass of water or something on the side?
I got myself.
I would
one.
actually love that.
Do you want water?
I have one, thank you.
You want LaCroix? Got it.
I need to put
Yeah,
some
yeah,
have to put it on my
Put it down, bud.
neck.
Thanks for anybody who's still here. Thanks for hanging with
Yeah,
us
seriously.
Yeah.
during our bullshit. This is nice.
We're happy that you enjoyed if you were enough to stick it out. Or bring it in, Julia. Let's be real. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's great.
Are we starting?
Let's do it. Dig in, folks.
Okay.
It's probably already cold.
There's more barbecue sauce there.
Yeah, so there's barbecue on the bottom, but if you want barbecue on the top, go for it.
Loving this is Eggo burger.
Not Eggo.
Trader Joe's burger.
How was it?
Shit, that was legit.
Good.
Oh my god.
I'm nervous. I don't know how the Eggo funnel's gonna be. That's the
No, that is.
I know we debated about whether it would taste good with beef, because usually when you see waffles
chicken.
with
Chicken
something
waffles.
it's with chicken,
Yeah.
you know.
I think it works.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be in charge of questions.
Yep,
All right,
got
I'm calling in a minute.
It's either watch this or binge podcast. So
We're gonna podcast. Oh god, spill it. Yeah.
more barbecue,
Hey guys, we're having dinner together. That's really fun.
Mhm.
Do I? How come I
Is everybody else having dinner?
Because you are tiny.
I look really tiny.
You are
right
tiny.
now.
The video that we did together, the update video.
Yeah.
You look.
The difference in height between you two is
She
hilarious.
looked like a munchkin. It's so funny. But here's the truth. I'm taller than Julia. Julia could kick my ass so easy.
Well, how long have you been taking wushu again now for?
Mhm.
Been a few months.
Again, I started last fall.
That's right.
I thought before.
Before that, I think we were doing it a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is my unearned God-given male confidence has nothing against you, and your earned prowess.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yes.
Shut me up if I start getting really weird.
I don't think they saw the weird little. This pasta we got from Trader Joe's has like a weird design on the outside. It looks like.
Can you remind me what the ingredients of the Fitzsimmons sandwich was?
It was actually pesto aioli.
Oh,
I figured
really?
mayonnaise in here would be weird, so I just did like a pesto olive oil dressing. And then
Mozzarella.
prosciutto, mozzarella. The other one, it technically had tomatoes. But
Oh, it did?
that was it, wasn't it? Or just like a brioche.
Yeah, I remember.
Dig. If this is what Fitzsimmons tastes like, I get the appeal.
I have to go. I have to go start rewatching. Or I mean, start watching them.
You really need to. It's
I
actually
know.
surprising to me because we've always
It's
talked about
good.
agents.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
really?
remember I told you why we couldn't, because we watch it on ABC online,
That's
and they
right.
only keep the last
And
5
it is now
episodes
on
or something.
Netflix, yeah.
I don't know. I missed it.
Okay, what else do we want to talk about? Because
Listen to Kings Falls AM and
Oh.
Magic Tavern. We are buddies with Magic Tavern dudes, and also we're really into the game that Arnie works on and
Jackbox?
directs. Jackbox. We play Jackbox all the time.
Jackbox?
Yeah, Arnie, who's
Well,
on Magic Tavern.
Jackbox game. What's that full game
Well,
called?
he plays. His baby was the horror game. I'm forgetting the name of it, where you race at the end and you become a ghost. It's like
yeah, murder.
Yeah, that's
Murder
like
mystery
that's
party.
like his baby.
Oh, wow.
But the Magic
it's
Tavern
weird.
guys are great. Julia and I, along with Warren, got to do a live show with them. We first met them at
Emerald City.
Emerald City Comic Con. Yeah, in Seattle. They're the nicest guys, and their show's amazing. Like, so yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say we did an escape room with them, but you. had to
I
miss
wasn't.
that.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Last time they were in LA, we did a pretty good escape room.
Ooh, what was
with
the
them.
theme?
Well, it was a Tomb Raider theme.
Ooh.
It was created for the release of that movie, but some time had passed, so it was just called like the Crypt or something.
Yeah,
By the
yeah.
time they just
Speaking of which, did you see Tomb Raider? Did you end up seeing it?
No,
Leah?
I know you like it.
Okay.
Right?
So I think one of the things that I really like about the new Tomb Raider is her character and how they portray her as being like a real human being, right? So she gets through things based on sheer will and grit, and she's not like superhuman, and she's also vulnerable, which is, I think, a really good example for when we're talking about like our own character, Red. We want to make her be, a deadly warrior, but also be a human being and get closer and closer to that as the series progresses, because she starts felt very closed off. And so I would definitely recommend seeing, like, if you're into, you know, characters, and there was a lot of really cool major action set pieces and stuff in that movie that I was like, oh my god. So I definitely recommend it. But that's kind of a good example for like our Red character, I think.
How did you four meet each other?
Oh man.
We
You
met
guys wanna
Julia
go
at
first,
Fruit
or-
Rigging.
Yeah, yeah.
Grinder.
Same Grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys start.
No, actually, so I was on a really terrible experience in an indie film.
It was our film.
On the,
No.
No, it was before that.
on the East Coast?
On the East
Yeah.
Coast, Kate and I shot it. We talked a little bit on set, but we really didn't know each other. But we stayed in touch after that. They were doing their own sort of film that was kind of inspired by Kate's experience on that film. I auditioned for them down in Boston, got cast, we shot together, we became friends.
No, you skipped a step.
Did I? Oh, the orgy.
No.
So there was.
You skipped a step where I made you dye your hair blonde.
So yeah. Oh, okay. Then let's get into this. So they make me dye my hair blonde for this character. My character keeps spiders, so I'm like playing with a tarantula.
Clearly have to be blonde for that. So.
And we had to shoot this underwater fight scene like 3 times, and it was one of the scariest, most uncomfortable things I ever had to do. I like cut my feet because I wasn't smart enough to have like water shoes. So we work on that together. I move out to LA. They're still in Boston for a time. I meet, they're still doing films out there, but I meet Julia through BGB, acting studio, where we meet Lauren, get on the Bright sessions together, and become close to that. During that.
The Bright Session is for anybody who's listening that hasn't heard of that. That is a podcast, really popular one.
Yeah.
Lauren, sorry, gonna give a quick shout out here. Lauren Shippen is the writer, creator of that podcast. She's an amazing human being and also so supportive of us in this project. And thank you again, Lauren, for all of your support throughout this. But if you haven't, if you don't know much about the Bright Sessions, can you guys just give them a quick synopsis of what that is? And then before you do that, just know that it was recently acquired, by Universal, to be developed as a TV show.
I don't know if that should be talked about openly. So.
Yeah, no, it's open.
That's
It's
out.
out in the open.
Just making
It's out in the
sure.
open.
Like
we don't know.
Dark Horse and Universal
Yep.
and Lauren are developing that. She's got
Did they get it
3 books
sold?
coming out. They're still working.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still in the
Um,
development period, but awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome big thing.
So
So,
we've got bonus episode spin-offs, books for it. That's how Julie and I met.
but just give them a quick synopsis of what the Bright
Hashtag
Sessions is
extra
about.
Oh, the Bright
Dr.
Sessions
Wright.
is about therapy for people with supernatural abilities.
Which is led by, so a personal thing on this, like Julia is the main character of this, and it's an ensemble cast, but she is Dr. Bright. And my experience with Julia on that, the whole reason that we talked about working together is I love working with Julia on that. So we met at BGB Studio in an acting class. We got into this. I think Julia is a powerhouse actor, and I've said this a million times. So just having the opportunity to work with her on screen was something I wanted to do. We came up with the idea for, we didn't even have a title for it at the time. What is Pure Now? We didn't have anything for that. But Kate and Justin, when they moved out here to LA, I knew them from the East Coast. Was really hoping that they would be interested in this story. They were looking for stuff to do coming out here, and I remember Julie and I talked to Charlie and got him on board. We all started doing meetings and developments, and here we are now. So it's definitely been. When was Back to the Beyond? When was that?
Holy smokes.
2010.
So
It was 2 weeks before I got married.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah, that's right.
2010. I've known Kate at first since 2010. So it's interesting, especially when you make films or any sort of creative stuff, just the journey that takes place. Like, we were part of a very, very terrible experience in the film that brought us to something that we're really excited about. So it's if there's anything that I can impart in terms of like a creative journey, it's everything leads to everything. So,
but then also know
Your
that
tagline.
like everything leads to everything. You know, it can also be hard to work with, you know, people that are also personally your friends. And especially when everybody involved in the project is so passionate about what you're doing and everybody cares a lot about what happens with the final products, whether it's the posters or the pilot or the behind the scenes videos, etc. And so, you know, learning how to navigate through that has been something that we've been trying to do lately. You know, is sometimes you're going to get into arguments and sometimes things aren't going to be as swell as you want them to be. But at the end of the day, I'm just speaking for myself. I would rather create with my friends and people that I trust are going to have the same level of passion for a project and want to make it be well and not just be working on something because it's Hollywood and it's something cool to do. You know?
On that note, I poisoned everybody's appetizers. So. Bye.
That's why I'm so sleepy. I got like so sleepy.
So, but before you punch out, we had to try the cake, and that will be the last.
Oh yeah.
The dog came out of nowhere, and I blinked, and it appeared.
He's sneaky like that.
What else was
Spoiled,
there? I think we
thanks.
missed some messages.
Say hello, bud.
Oh,
This is Nero. He's the
Yeah.
mascot.
he's our Italian greyhound. Hi, bud.
He's a Garfield man.
You all seem to have such a good group dynamic, and that's translated super well into the work we've seen so far. I think what Kate is saying, I think that is super appropriate. That, you know, on this journey, the stakes are so high. The passion that we have for this is super intense. So there are definitely moments. I mean, all of us are friends, but there are definite moments where we're disagreeing, we're fighting over stuff. You get a bunch of creative people together. It gets tricky. I think the end of that, sort of the moral of that story, is we're all invested in a really, really great story that we think you guys are gonna like, and we love it, and we wouldn't be dedicating 2 years of our lives to this if we didn't think it was great.
Yeah,
this isn't.
Julia would not be
Campaign
persisting on
manager?
the 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And like,
This isn't something that we're just doing because we want to. I don't know if the perception, especially when it comes to actors, is like, oh, we just want to do something so we can do something so we can be in front of a camera. I think Julia and I, especially with Bright Sessions, have been afforded the opportunity to where we can really think hard about the stuff that we want to do next, and this is something that we really truly believe in, and we're just so grateful that you guys are on this journey with us. So we appreciate
Journey
it.
to the annex.
Hashtag journey to the annex.
Oh, my plate's not. Oh, these plates are cute.
oh, you
Dessert
still,
plates. Oh, we need dessert forks.
Oh my god.
you still have food
Feel
on your
things.
plate.
What?
I think one of these is yours,
I
right?
can't finish it. I can't feel things.
Do you want a copy?
I so desperately want to coffee.
Okay.
Do we want hot or
The hottest.
the hottest of hot coffees?
And then we'll just dump Kahlua in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys have more questions, we're still hanging.
I was trying to open it up on my phone. It probably doesn't work on my phone.
What do you? Oh, here's a good one. What do you all do when you're not working on Pure, other projects or jobs?
Wait,
Yeah,
Pure
so-
projects or jobs? What's left?
Filmmakers are homeless? I'm not
I
sure
don't
if this is common
understand.
knowledge.
Pure projects.
Well, no, other than Pure, so like projects or jobs.
Oh,
Okay.
it was like other than
here,
Pure.
I know somebody asked
Semicolon.
earlier. Here's the finished
Probably.
cake. Stranger Things, the upside down gateway on this side, and then Agents of Shield monolith
And the
gateway
bleeding
on the other
phallus
side. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Don't come.
You gonna take a picture for
I did not.
Patriot Test?
So while they're cutting that other stuff that we do, Bright Sessions obviously has a bunch of stuff coming out. There's bonus episodes. Julie's
Yeah, I
already
just
recorded.
recorded 2 bonus episodes in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. There's gonna be
Stuff is coming.
2 spin-offs. There's gonna be a Caleb thing coming out down the line. But also, I'm super curious. you've talked a little bit about something coming out.
Which one?
Are you able to
Audio
talk
drama?
about that? Yeah.
Yeah, I can talk about it. I'm not promising anything.
Yeah.
But my best friend Shayna and I have been developing audio drama for about a little less than a year now. We started writing, I think, last October, and we recorded everything, songs, pickups that we'll probably have to do. We're in the editing process. I haven't been able to touch it in a few weeks. You get the mom because it's a phallus and you're gay.
Oh, wow.
We're just playing right into that.
Wow.
Yeah, so the audio drama is called American Comedy Horror Story. It's a comedy horror set in the
Is it a story as well?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Set in the 1890s in an orphanage where people start dying. So hopefully our goal is to have that out by the end of the year. It's one of those projects that you do with your friends that you're passionate about, but also it's not really costing us any money. So it's okay to push that back and not really have a release date or anything on that.
I'm excited for it. You've
Halloween-
been talking about this for a while.
The goal is Halloween,
Yeah.
because Halloween would be the perfect time to drop it.
Yeah.
So, and it'll just be like a one-off, like a limited series or whatever. That
Also, I'm going to say, so Julia was just on Scandal, which was really, really great, and got to watch that with you.
And another secret TV show that we can't.
There's
talk about
another
yet.
secret TV show that we can't talk about yet, but I'm super excited about. And she'll be fantastic in that. So Julia's like working her butt off, and she's doing a lot of really great stuff. So we're all super proud of her. And again, just more reason of why we want to work with her, because coattails. Yes. I am Bright Session stuff. I got to hop on. I worked with Zach Venti, Bresco, Beth Air, a bunch of folks working on a audio drama pilot episode that's going to benefit Puerto Rico, rebuilding Puerto Rico. So all proceeds will go to that, and that stuff's going to be coming out hopefully after the summer. Oh my gosh.
What is going on?
Should we share that? Are you gonna eat that?
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
I'll probably eat more.
I would like a sliver of that.
Sure. And I've been working on another series with some friends of mine, and sort of like a secret project that I've been working on for a couple of years. That's kind of like my personal little baby project. So hopefully news on that coming out soon. Kate and Justin, I know, have been like hardcore on Pure at all times, but I know that they have other stuff they've been working on in development. Do you guys have any?
Yeah,
anything
so
to
we
talk
have
about?
another TV series called The Absolute,
Which is really good.
that we will hopefully be pitching around soon.
Takes place in the Wild West.
But it's post-Civil War, and it has to do with the start of the Secret Service and a plot to take over the economy. Because right after the Civil War, actually, almost 1/3 of all of our currency was counterfeit. So that's how the Secret Service started, and they were enacted. They were signed into existence on the day that Lincoln died.
That is real.
It's a story about that. It's really cool, exploration of our ensemble cast. And we have a few other things. We have a couple of features, and that is a giant piece of cake.
We only like
that we are developing.
Millions.
But we do have a low budget feature and a couple of other lower budget things that we are trying to get out there.
RC Co-op.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, we're all working on stuff. We're brought here together because of Pure, but we love telling stories. So we've all got our hands on some different stuff. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's only possible because of people who support us, like you guys. So even you guys, you ragtag bunch that are tuning into us making a freaking meal.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah,
But
honestly,
the cool thing about this kind of stuff is like it just brings everyone it brings everyone closer together, and like we feel the support, we feel the love, we send it right back to you guys. Like it's actually really freaking cool that you are sitting there. Is this mine? As we do this. So,
You're gonna eat your cake with a knife.
tonight.
Sorry if this is negative, but will you guys be able to extend the fundraising deadline if it isn't completed by the current one?
So that is a
I don't know if
negative.
we-
Yeah, negative.
We are not able to extend the deadlines, and which is why it's so important for us to be constantly, daily sharing and getting other people to share and follow the campaign. We have to reach at least 80% of our goal to receive any of the money. And of course, in order for us to do everything that we want to do for the pilot, we need 100% of our goal.
But we do have it planned, if we do make 80, to still be able to give
Yes.
a great product.
Yeah, exactly. We do have a plan B for sure.
We're all just gonna go to Tahiti.
I will. I do want to make a point of there's an element of wanting to make this look like it's very presentable and seamless, and we've had this all figured out. In reality, Julia, I know for sure, has been staying up super late at night, sending out emails and waiting for people to join on. These guys have been making assets around the clock. All of us, everything that you're seeing on social media is us at all times.
It's due to a lack of sleep.
Truly, the crazy thing about this, and we knew this going into it, and it's still, I don't think we were prepared for how exhausting it is. These sort of campaigns are intense.
Especially when you are going out for this amount of money. Like, there are plenty of campaigns that are doing it as well, but we're really kind of grassrooting this, and it's been really nice seeing how much support we're getting and how much people are really responding to it. The idea, the look, the characters, everything. And so really at this point, we just need an army of people helping us spread the word about it. So that is the number one best thing that can happen right now, and we appreciate everything that you guys have already done so far.
Hey, this is actually really good.
It is really good. All right, This is a totally real question, but Brigham, why are you so sexy? Why are you the sexiest member of the group?
Is that James?
Well, James wouldn't even say that.
Who is that?
Okay, y'all, this
Is
has
that Laura?
been amazing, but it's 10:30 p.m. here, so I'm heading out. This was
Okay,
super fun and good luck. I'll be here supporting and spreading the word. Thank you so much,
Thank
Megan.
you.
Thank
That was Megan?
you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Megan.
you
You've
so
been
much.
awesome.
We really appreciate it. Get some sleep. We love you.
Wait, is that a real question? The sexy one?
That was a statement, more of a question.
No, it's more of a statement that I think everybody needs
Wait,
to
is that
answer
really
to.
there?
No, it's not.
Oh.
So I'm not-
Do you guys know Megan? Do either one of you know these guys? Or
I don't know personally.
okay.
So there's a waffle inside of a cake here.
Yeah, there's interesting things going on.
What does that mean?
I like it. I don't really like sweets, so I'm into this.
It's really good. The peach stuff is really,
It's like-
really good.
I like this part.
It's like monkey breadish.
I would say this is a win. I think everything has been a win except for the upside down, which because it wasn't a win, kind of makes it a win because the upside down is so f***ed up.
Yeah.
Because when I got to the bottom of that glass, there was licorice and gummy worms and rock.
Nobody wants to be in the
Pop
upside
Rocks.
down, so it makes sense. But it all actually works out. Full circle.
I don't even know if I'm chewing.
How do you tell?
Well, there's views there, but
Yeah.
the speed it's running.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I think we're about to wrap it up anyway, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. So we finished our meal. What would you guys recommend for like anybody that's having a Stranger Things Agent of Shield or Agent of Shield party?
Stop saying Asians of Shield.
Agents of
You know, the one thing I
I'm
would
Asian.
say, the Tahiti thing was really, really good. We're gonna put all the
That was
recipes
really
out.
good.
Yeah.
I will say across, mine was probably the most like kind of wishy-washy. It wasn't an extremely themed thing. I think
I made a
those,
cheeseburger, so.
I think those apps though, like, are.
Yeah, for
I would
sure.
100% make those again.
Yeah,
I
that's
freaking
good.
love those. And I gotta say,
Mac and cheese ball?
Eggos for
Oh, yeah.
a burger
As long as you have
I'll bet
barbecue sauce.
for barbecue. It's
Yeah, sweet and
kind of
spicy
legit.
burger.
It is
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, I think everything was a slam dunk. So this was really, really good.
Cool.
Any sort of parting thoughts about Pure, sort of directing it to the campaign?
Not really, other than
They have $30,000.
Yes.
We'd love to share it with you.
we say it all the time. Follow, pledge, share.
Yeah.
JourneyToTheAnnex.com. And we're just super grateful for everyone that has and is doing that. So, all right, guys, we're gonna tune out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it from
Thanks for
here.
joining,
Beep,
guys.
beep, beep.
Is that,
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's tuning out.
it's still going.
Okay.
Cool.
All
All
right.
right. We love you
All right,
guys.
thank
Thank you for your
you.
help.
Good night, everyone.